Take a look. It is Monday, April the 6th, 2026. I am at Joel Pearl, thejoelpearl.com on Blue Sky, and it's time to get in the weeds. A marvelous, in every sense of the word, Monday. It's me, and it's the guy next to me. That's SP3. How you doing, pal?
I am doing well. I am here on my day off, like Randall from Clerks once again. But it's a good day to be on the show because I literally, after Friday night, I was like, man, if I wasn't on the show, I would have came on the show just to talk about Friday Night SmackDown with one of the greatest and worst segments in the history of the WWE.
Just an incredible 3 hours. They made me stay. I didn't watch the whole time. I turned it off after.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't either. It was an incredible first 15 minutes of the show.
They got me for 2 3/4 hours. Once Cody was off, that was it. We did that second thing, and I was like, okay, I've seen enough. We are good. Don't you worry. And I didn't have to come back. And you know what? I don't regret it. It makes me happier. It may have been the best episode of SmackDown we've ever done. Hey, speaking of the devil.
Oh, you want to put the mommy's eyelashes on me?
Oh, okay.
Oh, there you go.
Beautiful.
There you go.
Hey, Arlen.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Say hi, Joel.
Hi, Joel. Look
Hi.
what my dad is hi.
Looks
see?
so entertained. This rules. And the other falsie for you too?
I'm gonna put
You just gave me one. You didn't give me another one. She said she's gonna make me into something. I don't know what she said.
Looking like the main event to WrestleMania 35 with just the one going.
Oh, you got the other one?
Back.
Oh, you took it off. Okay.
Oh, all right.
I'm gonna make you so pretty.
She said she's gonna make me so pretty. Okay.
So pretty.
So pretty.
There's going to be a super cut with this girl, I swear to God.
Super cut the oh wait no. Like you can't bring mommy's whole makeup case. Whole makeup case. Give it back to mommy. Wanted to make that a girl. Wanted to make him as a girl, she says.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing. I got the whole case.
We would have had a whole nother bit. You could have put like the rejuvenation cream skin and the whole makeover all in one, but her mother was immediately like, no, don't.
It's Makeover Monday with SP3.
You want to make me as a woman? Why would you want to do that?
Hey man, you might just look like a beautiful woman. That's all. Your daughter just
more
wants
than
to
a woman.
That's right. You got to do the sign with it too.
More than a woman.
She got announced for a fun match.
Well, there you go.
Chris Statlander got the Gabby Forza match at the Creative Pro event in May. That's something that in our interview, Gabby was adamant that she wanted a singles Chris Statlander match. She's like, she named off 4 names, and she's like, I faced them all in tags. I want them as singles. And I'm like, oh, you're going to knock those off one by one. And she has. She got the Willow match, and then she's doing the Chris Statlander match. Aaron Rourke, I think, was one of them, and there was one more that I can't remember. But good for her, man. That rules. That's great. So, yeah, more than a woman, Chris Statlander. She's had so many gimmicks. Jesus.
She has. It's been a lot.
What is she next? She was the Cosmic Killer. Now she's going to be the Cosmic Queen. And then she'll be the Queen Killer. And then Anna Jay will take offense.
Alien. She was an alien.
She's been an alien.
More than a woman.
She was more than a woman. More than a woman to me. Anyway.
There's a lot of songs about more than a woman.
There is. Remember the China theme? Don't treat me like a woman?
Yeah, don't treat me like a woman. Don't treat me like a man. Don't treat me like you want me. Treat me for just who. Oh, don't treat me like a woman. Don't treat me like a man.
What a
Don't
fiend.
treat me like you know me. Don't treat me, yeah.
But you know what? We're bringing back the Attitude Era, so we may as well just bring back all the themes with it.
Why not?
Jim Johnson's watching Friday night, and he's like, "Yes, we should bring back the Attitude Era. Let me make a phone call and get my job back."
He pumped his fist like, let's go.
That'll get him disqualified from a Pokemon Go competition. This is video. This is how weird my dealing with TNA stuff. You want to talk TNA left turns? I follow Matthew Raywalt on Twitter, and he retweeted this. It was someone who got disqualified from winning a Pokemon Go competition because they celebrated like a human. They didn't like swear or jump out of their chair or like give the other guy the middle finger. No, the guy was just like they were excited. They won. Guess what? Human emotion. They got disqualified from winning. Allegedly, this is the internet, of course, but I saw that from Ray Walt's Twitter, and I was just like, huh?
That's hilarious.
That's the way, folks. So if you ever want to win something in life, don't react to it. Have the
Don't
media.
pump your fist.
Don't get excited. Keep your right down there, right at the bottom.
Yeah, you gotta keep it. You gotta keep your fist below your shoulder. So
Yeah, that's exactly it. You get a nice long reaction sigh. That's as deep as you can go. Just
oh yeah.
Yeah. Some people might think you make a mess in your pants, but at least you won, damn it. Now that those $30 will pay the dry cleaner.
Wow. Okay. That's quite the way. Quite the way to kick off. I got a makeover, and Joel's talking about getting dry cleaning for your pants. But yes, y'all know the deal. Drop the thumbs up on the video. Help out the YouTube algorithm in that way. You can also share this video with all your wrestling family, friends, and fans on all your favorite social media platforms. If you are new to Fightful Overbooked, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell to stay notified for all the great content here. And of course, you can sound off in the comments section. Keep the conversation going right there. And you can sound off in the live chat. We love to interact with all of y'all. But most of all, send those super chat donations if you want your comment read on screen or highlighted on screen. Show your support in that way to Fightful Overbooked. We're here 5 times a week within the weeds, where we got plenty of great content with coast to coast, coexisting with Rob and Maggie, and we are the main channel. Are we still the main channel, or did that change?
We are until allegedly tomorrow.
Okay, so we're still the main channel. So you
more.
got some Grapsody coming up later on today over here on the channel.
Wait, so I should check. Where are they streaming? Do they know?
Do they know? Because I did see that. I did see.
Yeah, I did.
Okay, I did.
Because if you're on, sometimes it shows you the logo and sometimes it doesn't. They know. So we should probably be off at noon too then, because they're starting at noon today.
No. I think are they starting at noon? I thought it was started at 3.
No, they'll schedule for noon and then they'll start at like 12:15 because they never start on time. But I got noon on my thing.
Okay.
Yeah, just looking at that. Hey, listen, if they change it, then great. I'm pretty sure that Phil had said noon Eastern. So there we go.
Okay, fair enough. Look at that. All the great stuff on this channel. But most of all, in the weeds, 5 times a week, 10 a.m. Eastern time. No one likes to get cut over their head multiple times like New Jack, so you don't need to get busted open on your mornings. Come in the weeds and talk to us about pro wrestling.
Oh, you want to talk to us today, especially this day, this weekend was made for us to talk about.
And no one's gonna try to sell you on the fact that Friday night was a good show, like a world's most strongest podcaster tried to sell y'all on that on Saturday morning.
No, there was no.
The business has gone soft. I like this. This is speaking to me.
Yeah, go get your checks at the door. I ain't got time for that. We'll get into so much more. And my God, what a week. What a weekend. Ryan Lambert saying SmackDown booking was Ring of Hallucinations coded. You know what? It wasn't, because it was us, but it was absolutely nothing we would actually ever do in a Ring of Hallucinations. Because at least with Ring of Hallucinations, it would come together and fit somehow. Something would make sense. But we didn't get that. By the way,
we didn't. Didn't get that at
11:30.
all.
11:30. By the way, Hattie from Mystery Wrestling is going to be joining us. Last we saw, he was trying to find himself a giant hot dog. That's what we do. That is Mystery Wrestling. But he's gonna join us at 11:30. Talk about Mystery Wrestling coming up in Vancouver and his trip to Japan. He and Junior Benito and Eva Luna were just over there doing a little tour with Choco Pro and Gato Move, and also a little mystery stuff. So there we go. Listen, the third is here. So welcome to the third. Bring yourself on.
And Zeno Hour never ceases to amaze me.
This show sucks.
It does.
The ratings are down. Last Friday was our worst rated episode ever. Ticket sales are completely down. Subscribers are down.
Yep.
The thumbs up are down. Everything about this show completely sucks.
Wait,
Someone has to save it.
did you just say the thumbs up or down?
I don't know.
Technically, the thumbs up would be up and thumbs down would be down.
The thumbs up are down. This show sucks.
Oh, okay.
Someone needs to save it.
Disco Inferno?
That's why I brought SP3 in here
Oh.
today, to save this show, because Friday's show was such a disaster. SP3 is going to save this show. And if he doesn't save this show, you'll never hear from me again.
SB3, I have a request. I need you to tank today's episode.
I mean, that would be
Then
the
we're
equivalent.
all-
We're basically checking all the boxes for Friday night.
Then we're all screwed.
It's true. We're gonna have to bring back Paul London and the Squirrels.
Yeah. And we should do that anyway. So
That's true.
Yeah, seems about right.
I can't stay for the entire show. But man, I had to be here to talk about that disaster on Friday.
So, by the way, Graves was pointing it out to us that we were getting the best replies from the worst people possible.
Oh, I didn't read any of those replies.
I read that. So apparently Dave quote tweeted me, so I tweeted out the creative
that's not bad.
sucks. So I tweeted out like creative sucks, and it's not just him saying it, or it's not just the fans saying it. Roman Reigns is saying it. Business sucks. It's not just the fans saying it. It's Pat McAfee saying, because that's what the builds have become. And
Yeah.
Dave was like, well, actually, did it? I was like, don't actually me, Dave. And he's tried to do the whole like ratings are up since the fall. And so I quote tweeted him back, and I was like,
Oh, that was a
in
mistake.
parentheses, I was just like, I really am going to regret doing this. And my reply was, Dave, big data and panel wrecked the ratings for the fall, and only recently where things changed that the numbers are actually back to where they're supposed to be. And I just left it at that. And guess who never replied? Because I told him
he never replies when you correct him.
yeah, because I just left it.
He's gonna bring up Frank the Ford against you.
But I didn't see it. I didn't see the quote tweet until Grace brought it up, because I don't see any of this shit. The only times I see people in my replies, or like I get notifications, is if I follow you, or if we've like had multiple interactions. That's the only way. That
I got some very funny replies to,
Yes, you
to
did.
my tweets. I didn't read all of them, but I read some of them. I was like, oh man, you poor souls. I think it was Grace who messaged like, these people just don't know you at all. I was like, no, but it's hilarious right now because they are just giving me endless material. My favorite one was the dude who called me a fed head and said, this is the problem with you fed heads is you want Attitude Era stars back when the key is good storytelling. And I quote tweeted that and said, well, the story they're trying to tell right now are bring back Attitude Era stars. So what do you want me to do? That was my favorite reply, though.
huge WWE fan, Jeremy Lambert, goes to bat for them at all costs.
And the other person, when I was like, oh, this like celebrity mania or a celebrity in every corner, and they were like, you're gonna watch anyway. I was like, yeah, as I get paid to. Also,
Exactly.
I think this stuff,
I said that to someone else.
I was like, also, I think this stuff rules. Like all these celebrities here, I don't have any attachment to this stuff. You want to? Oh, all right. So we're watching SmackDown. Go ahead, SB3.
No, I was gonna say I had one that was like arguing with me, being like, "Oh, all you guys do is complain. Y'all can't just let the story play out." I was like, "Who's complaining? I'm laughing.
Yeah,
I'm loving
this
life today."
rules.
Let the story play out. Is it 2019? Jesus, we're back, baby. But this is really cyclical.
This stuff rules. So we're watching SmackDown on Friday, and they're, Orton and Cody are doing whatever, and then like I'm looking down because I'm like doing results for the show and everything, and I look up and I just like it was on lower. I look up and I'm like, is that McAfee? It's like, there's no way that's McAfee.
Or I immediately when he gets on the apron, I belly laughed. I belly laughed to the point that my missus woke up from her sleep because it's 1 a.m. in the morning over here, but I could not control myself. I was like, oh my God. And then the laughter just continued for the next 20 minutes. I'm talking on Twitter. I'm talking on the group chat with Alex McCarthy, who's just in despair. Alex McCarthy, he was like, "This makes me sad." I was like, "No, this is the stuff I live for, Alex." I was like, remember the days in 2021, McCarthy, when we did Wrestling Daily, and you used to tell me, "Oh, things will be great when Triple H is in charge." And I told you back then. I told him 5 years ago, I was like, I don't know if it's going to be like that, Chief. Remember who was his teacher? And we finally got to the Vince level of it all. It took some help from TKO, but we finally got to Vince levels of bad with this one segment.
What are you talking? SP3, it got better. It got better than we all expected. So before you continue, I have to point out, Pat getting in the ring was the funniest thing to me because he's so like, I'm a bad guy, heel, nonchalant. He like goes in the ring, he adjusts his glasses, and then he turns around and just punts Cody in the dick. And at that point, I'm like, this may be the first time where I'm not excited that someone got kicked in the dick in wrestling. But
no, don't lie to the people. You know you loved watching that.
I was over the moon watching the effect. And I found that photo. I love that photo that I used for today's thumbnail. It was just the perfect, like the look on both of their faces is perfect for everything that we're talking about. Oh God, wrestling. It has more than one royal family, the McAfees.
So we're watching this. I was like, is that McAfee? Like, is that really what they're doing here? Is McAfee? And then he takes the glasses off. His haircut looked very stupid. I'm sorry. But it is McAfee. I was like, okay, this is dumb. This is extremely dumb that Pat McAfee is the person they're on the phone with. That was extremely stupid. And it somehow got more stupider. I didn't think that the reveal could be like the worst part of this. Like, McAfee's the reveal. That's terrible. But then it actually got dumber because McAfee cut that promo, and I was like, so the build to your WrestleMania main event with 20 years of history between Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton is the show sucks, the product sucks, you have 45-minute Iron Man matches, which I don't think are a thing that exist.
They have not had 45 minutes of total wrestling through multiple matches on an episode of Raw or SmackDown in years.
This man has been watching AEW TV and came back to the wrong channel is what happened.
Yeah. And he said, when you have Randy Orton here, like, why isn't Randy Orton carrying the business and stuff? Like, I'm pretty sure Orton has been on all of these shows that you claim have sucked for the past however many weeks, months, years. Now he's been part of these shows. What are we doing out here? Randy Orton is going to save the business though, because John Cena tried to kill it last year, I guess, and now Randy Orton is here to save the business. I was like, oh man, this is so terrible, but amazing at the same time, and absolutely amazing at the same time.
It's like bring back the Attitude Era by having the guy who came after the Attitude Era save the Attitude Era.
Yeah, McAfee cursed because that's Attitude Era.
Well, that was the only thing. That's the only reason people were reacting is because he dropped an F-bomb. Because then people were like, whoa. And otherwise, we were just like, huh?
I'll give Cody some credit. SP3 is going to
Almost.
yell at me for the low bar that I'm putting on Cody here. He came out later. I think he did the best he could with this stuff. His stuff wasn't very good either because
No, it wasn't.
his response.
McAfee's promo can be defined by the business sucks right now, and
Yeah.
Cody's promo can be defined by that segment sucks.
Yeah.
Cody made it even worse because like I tweeted out, he said, like, Cody, who's the corporate champion, who's like the most WWE guy they have, is like, corporate's trying to fuck on me because he's like, I know who you are doing this. And this was after the whole like inside reporting that, you know, Ari Emanuel made the call to bring in that, and people knew. And so, and then it's like, and the CCO's wife is telling you to get a mean streak. And you're like, I don't want to get a mean streak, but also we're going to talk about breaking gate and revenue records. And like, who are you trying to convince? Who are you trying to convince that you're the babyface because you're doing a piss poor job? Are you trying to convince the corporate overlords that you deserve to keep the spot? Or are you trying to convince the fans, don't boo me, even though I just took out Kit Wilson, who was like one of your favorites on the show?
Yeah, but Kit's a heel. Kit's a heel.
I don't care. People cheer for him regardless. It was just
He got booed again.
but-
Cody got booed again for attacking Kid.
he went after Kit, and people like Kit, and I get that he's a heel, but there are other heels he could have went after. He could have beat up Matt Cardona, and everyone would have been cheering for that. It would have been okay. Everyone beats up Matt Cardona now. It doesn't matter.
Cody did. I mean, if that was not part of the initial rundown and everything, the problem with is much like with Drew, there wasn't a whole lot to work with in the response. And so he came out there and he tried the best he could. I don't think he made it too much better. I give him credit for the passion that he had and the delivery that he had. He lost me on like, what are you gonna do? Fire me? That worked out so well last time. I was like, didn't you ask for your release? Like, they didn't like actually fire you. Didn't you want to leave? Like this.
What are you talking about, Cody?
You got another
What are you
list for us?
talking about?
You want to put another list
Dude.
together? Like, what's the point of this?
Then him bragging about the record breaking, like, this is the same shit that we complained about for a year, is that they brag about their record breaking gates and stuff when they're just overpricing people. That's the only reason you're breaking these records.
And I'll add to this. So like Shauna comes in here and tries that insight. It was a promo about healing on TKO and saying WWE's fine without TKO. Yes, that was part of it. Unfortunately, fans who are in attendance are not thinking about TKO and the parent company owning WWE and putting people in place. No, they're thinking, what is the point of this story? It doesn't make any sense. Why did Pat McAfee join up with Randy Orton? Why is Cody getting booed? And why did Cody just take out this guy that people seem to like? Like, everything is convoluted and nothing makes sense. And playing inside baseball with the entire WrestleMania main event on both sides is disturbing at best, and it's useless at most. It's not good.
So
His promo peaked with the opening line of, it would be like the reveal of the third man in NWO being Disco Inferno and Logan Paul without the muscles. That was the peak. That was the peak of the promo, and then it went downhill for the next 4 minutes.
But even that was doing the inside baseball shit again, because like people who are on Twitter know about the Disco Inferno stuff, and like we laugh because it's hilarious and Disco's a dork. But like then you've got like, okay, I'm going to give Sam Adonis full marks because like he was defending Disco from a wrestling / business standpoint, where like Disco brought eyes to WCW. Disco was who he was, and he was never a top star, but he was consistent. And I will give him that, because when we were kids and we were watching Disco Inferno, the character, like, it was entertaining because it was so stupid and silly and over the top. Yeah, Disco now sucks. And I get why Cody does it, because the online fan base is all like, this is hilarious, it's a callback, blah, blah, blah. But again, most people in the audience, no idea why he said it. They
They
know.
did not bat an eye. They reacted
That
to
was-
Disco Inferno like they reacted to Terry Funk being mentioned.
They just didn't get it.
The NWO was 30 years ago, folks.
Yep.
Like,
And here we are releasing WWE 2K26
them,
WO edition.
Cody bringing up the NWO and Disco Inferno being the reveal and stuff again 30 years ago. This is why, like, the whole promo, to me, it was aimed at one particular audience, and it wasn't the audience in the arena. And that's why when he's going inside baseball with the whole TKO stuff, like obviously we know about it and the people who get it, but the whole, even the disco line, it was aimed at that audience. None of this was aimed at the weekly television viewer. It was all aimed at, because even he's like, oh, those sites that you tagged, which was us included in those sites, by the way. The sites that you tagged, like they, you know, they're only relevant because WWE is hot and everything. Which I mean, kind of fairs. Like most of our top traffic is because WWE is WWE. Although we get way more if we like bury AEW. But like it's all inside baseball. Like the whole thing is inside baseball. And so they're aiming it at one particular audience. And look, the people who you're aiming this feud right now for, they either ain't buying WrestleMania tickets or already have their WrestleMania tickets. This stuff is not going to sell one extra ticket.
In what world do you not look at the very well-established history between the two competitors who are going to be in the ring and not do something about that history? Why do you have to infuse bullshit at every turn with mainstream stars that you think are going to bring eyes to the product, when in reality they see it and they're just like, yeah, okay, sure, Pat's on the show, I ain't gonna watch that goofy wrestling shit. Like, you got to get the hardcores of the hardcores. And you and I talked about this, Jeremy, that like, yeah, Jelly Roll, they're hoping that the exchange on it is like maybe 10%, and 10% of 10,000 is enough for them to get a bowl full. But it's just nothing of this works or makes sense in the long term. It's such a short-term gain at best.
Get ready for Pat McAfee and Jelly Roll to just be involved in this WrestleMania main event. Yeah, of course they will. McAfee's already very established. Jelly Roll is going to be established probably this Friday. He's going to be in Cody's corner with all of this stuff. They think that this stuff is like leading to ticket. And we've had this discussion plenty of times of like, what is the actual conversion rate for these celebrities? Like, do they sell any extra tickets? Do they get anybody to stick around? Certainly for us, we're like, all right, Pat McAfee's here. This is hilarious. Like it doesn't do anything for us outside make us laugh the entire time. But to be fair to McAfee, he's got a shit ton of viewers, right? Like, I don't know what his YouTube channel has. I'm willing to bet it's like 3-4 million subscribers. He's on ESPN every single day. Obviously, they have the ESPN ties with the PLEs now. So they think that this is like, okay, well, McAfee has millions of viewers. If we convert even 5% of those viewers, that's great for our platform, our WWE platform on ESPN. So this all works. Like, that's their whole point. Now, does it convert to 5%? If it does convert to 5%, how much of that 5% sticks around past the one show? I don't have these numbers. I assume they have these numbers. Is it worth doing all of this stuff if it means turning off certain wrestling fans? Again, I don't have all of that information. They think it's worth it. You know, is it? We'll find out. But I will continue to say the fact that they've put out no viewership numbers touting on the ESPN of like, oh, largest Royal Rumble audience of all time, largest whatever of all time. They've done none of that since the ESPN move. It's like, that's probably not a great sign for things.
The only thing they did was there was that one interview where they were like, oh, we did one show stateside and then we went away for a long time and then we came back and now we're excited with Survivor Series. They're like, we're excited to be back. And other than that,
then they didn't put out anything off of that. Yeah, that was just already
any numbers.
Yeah, it's just point.
It's just a fluff job. I mean, the biggest thing to me is the whole because it's quite obvious that this came from the WWE side. The report that this was an Ari Emanuel call. Yeah, this is a TKO call because Triple H don't like to take any kind of blame for any of this. He is the guy who will throw anybody and everyone under the bus to avoid any type of blame or criticism to head toward his way. One time it's The Rock's fault. Then another time,
Fools.
it's Road Dogg's fault. And the other day, what do you expect? It's all the other people in the creative forum. Vince McMahon got involved in his first year, blamed it on him, threw him on the bus. Oh, bad Raw after WrestleMania. Oh, it was definitely Vince's fault. And now this one, oh, it's Ari Emanuel's fault. It's TKO's fault. What can he do? He's just a middle management guy. But honestly, the big thing, if it is an Ari Emanuel call, if it is a TKO call, and this is the third straight year that TKO has tried to get involved with first The Rock trying to take Cody's spot at WrestleMania 40, then Ari making the call to The Rock to get involved and increase the ticket sales for Elimination Chamber, and then the John Cena heel turn came from that. And now this year with this whole Pat McAfee thing, this is the clearest as day. Once is a mistake. Twice is a pattern. 3 times, you gotta just state the facts. TKO and Ari Emanuel is telling the wrestling fans, Triple H, I don't believe you. He's not the guy. That's what they're trying to say. They're trying to tell you that Cody Rhodes, despite Triple H trying his hardest to be like, he's the whole reason, he's the face of the company, he's the guy who's leading the way for this hot boom period. TKO have said repeatedly now, we don't think he's the guy. Roman, I think they agree that Roman was the guy. Like I think it's very plain as day that Roman is the number one guy. Cody is just a highly praised number 2 guy that's favored by management. So that's why his promo felt empty as hell, because you are the guy that WWE is supporting. Just TKO don't support you. That's what it really comes down to. Like, you're corporate as hell. That's why it felt soulless. It felt like a lot of Kanye West raps nowadays. It just felt no passion, no oomph behind it. I don't believe you anymore. I'm starting to feel like Ari. I don't believe you anymore, Cody. I'm sorry.
This is very funny to think about. When Jeremy, a long time ago, you and I had a discussion about Triple H putting himself, it's the 2 Triple H's as the GMs, right? The Triple H who thinks that he's like the super duper star bodybuilder. I can do nothing. And that's obviously Nick Aldis. And that's what we saw. That was Triple H. I can't do anything about it. My hands are tied. Randy and McAfee are beating up Cody. But, I'm still so tough, Cody. Oh, get Cody. Oh, no, stop it. And that is the Triple H presenting himself as the guy who's stuck in the middle of things, but he's still so tough and he'll do something about it, I swear. And then meanwhile, the other guy is the real one. It's Adam Pearce, where he's just the guy who's like stuck in middle management hell all day, being like, I need a drink. That's Triple H in 2 different like variations. And you saw it almost to a T on Friday. If you look at it through that lens, if you look at the GMs through that lens, you'll really see the story of like the 2 Triple H's, how he thinks he views himself and how he's actually portrayed in real life vis-a-vis his day-to-day job. He's a middle manager who has a C-suite role for some reason. And it's hilarious.
Look, do I think that all of this is a TKO call? Yes. I mean, it seems kind of obvious that it's all a TKO call. Just like The Rock coming. I mean, The Rock said as much. He's like, Ari called me. They needed help with ticket sales for Elimination Chamber. And so this is what I wanted to do. Now, the first year, I think that was just The Rock wants to do this story because they'd been trying to get The Rock the previous year anyway. So the first year, I think that was Rock being like, all right, I want to return. Let's do this. Last year, again, Rock said, they called me. Chamber sales were down. We were running a big stadium. I came back. This year, again, I think it was a TKO call. They love Pat McAfee at TKO. They want him to be the next Sylvester Stallone, which doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
That was an article kind of like alluded to that. That's how Ari wants to view him. It's not like a direct quote or anything like that. It's not anything that Ari has actually said.
Yeah, he's very high on Pat McAfee though. Like if you listen to this stuff, I don't think he has outright called him the next Stallone like that. But I also wouldn't be shocked if that was a direct quote from Ari, and he was just like, "Yeah, just don't say it's a direct quote from me. Just put it out there like that." So it's clearly a TKO call. Like I do agree with that. I also agree with SP3. It's like, all right, if they keep making this call, then what does that say about how they feel about the person in charge? And let's not sweep under the rug the rest of the build to this card that is not a TKO call. Like, you look at the rest of this build and it's like, this ain't, the rest of this like ain't great. When it comes to the build, TKO ain't telling Triple H, hey, you know what you should be doing with Rhea Ripley and Jade Cargill? Put Michin and BFAB as part of this story. TKO don't care about that stuff, and that's his big idea there. So, yeah, maybe it is a TKO call on some of this stuff. It ain't up and down the card, and up and down the card ain't like it's too much better than this. This, again, hilarious to me. The rest of the card, I'm more offended by the rest of the card than this stuff. This stuff is funny to me. The rest of the card is like, this stuff just kind of sucks and is boring and is lame and is pointless. On the subject of McAfee and like when he was going to be the caller and stuff, we talked about it when it happened. Cody was supposed to do the McAfee interview a few weeks ago. After the attack, and Joel, you said that like, well, maybe Randy was supposed to attack him for the angle and they couldn't get that to work out, and I was like, I think they just wanted to hold off and, you know, have his first words be on SmackDown, which would be the smart move instead of on McAfee show. It seems pretty obvious now that they didn't want to do it because they probably didn't trust both of the men to just completely laugh in this segment and be like, hey, we can't like protect kayfabe here when we know McAfee's going to be the caller, and then we're going to tease tension, and then there's no real reveal because McAfee's there. So they're like, let's just pull this whole thing here. So it seemed like they had the plan of McAfee being the caller at least at that point. With him pulling him off of the show is my guess anyway.
So Dave apparently was saying, this is coming from Russell Purist taking the quote, it was Pat McAfee was the first choice, and it was from Ari Emanuel. That's where it came from. They wanted celebrity involvement. Originally, from what I was told, Pat McAfee was the choice and he turned it down. Then they were scrambling to get somebody else in the spot, and then obviously they were able to make a deal with him being Pat McAfee. So he did it and he was there. Pretty straightforward. Pat said no, then Pat said yes because they drove a dump truck full of money up to his house and he's not made of stuff. I feel like the Cody stuff, they just pulled him and said, you know what, Pat's still in play. Let's not do this just in case someone's going to come back in a couple weeks, and like if Pat comes back and we end up making it work, then someone's going to come back and be like, well, then why did Cody do the show? Because it's already going to be convoluted as hell. So I really feel like they just said, let's not do Cody with Pat because Pat's still in conversation. We're not giving up on having him. Or like you and I talked about, they wanted to do something on the McAfee show, and then they realized, let's do this reveal not on his show. We'll do it somewhere better, like on our show, which is where it should be done.
Yeah, I think it's probably they didn't trust McAfee and his guys, because I think Cody could have.
Yeah, his guys would have blew up the spot quickly.
Yeah, his guys would have blew up the spot immediately. But I think that would have helped ease the blow because maybe on another end they wanted it to be this big surprise, which it was. It was to a lot of people. It's definitely a surprise to most people watching. But they could have eased the blow a little bit by teasing it. Like having McAfee kind of ask him like, yeah, what about the Attitude Era? We want it to be back at the Attitude Era. Do you feel any pressure on that? You could have set it up a little bit better if he was on the McAfee show. So you could see it from both ends of the spectrum, but it kind of seems obvious now that they pulled him because they probably didn't trust McAfee and his boys to handle that properly.
So for those who are really, really, really trying to make something of a connection between Randy and Pat and why he's part of this, I'll give you don't, but I'm going to give you two things.
No, if you fucking
not,
say
there's not.
If
what?
You,
please don't.
Go ahead. No, you go ahead and say it.
Then
I'll go.
Okay, it's the comments. It's the I'm leaving and I'm not coming back comments that Pat made when he did the IG story, and he's like, the business is passing by. That was a week before they started doing the phone calls. So if you want to establish a timeline, you can start it with that. That is the only, and again, I am making up the headcanon for them. I am doing the legwork for WWE. So this is literally me being like, if you want to feel better about it, here's how you can do it. That's the only other one. The only other thing that I had was the Rip Rogers thing. Was that the issue? No. Okay. Rip Rogers trained Pat McAfee very famously. Rip Rogers gave the whole dive commentary that led to Randy Orton doing the ... dive. So clearly Rip Rogers put those two men together and said, you two should be best friends. Those are the only two things I'm giving you, and they are the farthest reachers of any. So I don't know what you two are going for, because I haven't seen any bullshit.
Oh, yeah, they're never gonna explain that on television.
No,
so.
of course not.
No, they're never not.
Oh, of course not.
They'll mention Nick Aldis being a former NWA champion before they mention all of that stuff. No. The part that I like Corey, the whole what was McAfee's position in the NFL. I do not give a fuck that Pat McAfee was a punter and Randy Orton used the punt. That's the dumbest connection I've ever heard. You do not need to bring Pat McAfee in for that. That's so stupid. And I like Corey, bless him, but that's a stupid connection to where you did not need Pat McAfee.
No,
just let Randy Orton be Randy Orton.
I'm here to give legitimate fun. Like
yours. They're never gonna do it, but I was like, all right, you know what? Fine, fair. But the punt thing.
The punt thing is dumb as hell, and I love it.
Corey's already like gets heat for like being a WWE shill and stuff. That didn't help his case. That did not help his case.
It did not. Shoot from the hip, brother. Don't worry, it was totally unplanned. Volov saying this entire angle is just Jeremy Bates.
Yeah, rules. I love it.
And Bruno saying Jelly Roll's gonna choke slam McAfee and they'll do a dumb hype video like 40 years ago. Hogan and Andre, and now with the
probably will.
They will,
honestly.
absolutely.
God.
Yeah,
it probably will like be super viewed with everything. Like, again, they get a lot of views off of this stuff, for better or for worse. They do, but social media views and then paying customers are two different things. We're all on. This is another stupid point by McAfee. It's like, oh, the IWC and everything. That's all of us. At this point, we all got the internet right now. There ain't like super secret message boards like there used to be back in the day of like, hey, we're the only people talking about wrestling. Like we're all online right now. Now, are certain people online more than others? Yeah, sure. But the people who talk about the IWC and complain about the IWC are also part of the IWC, because guess what you're doing when you're talking and complaining about the internet wrestling community on the internet wrestling community.
Yeah, like I know y'all are friends with him, and I've exchanged words with him online. But I'm talking about Kazim, because Kazim tried to play
we don't know
that
Kazim.
card.
I don't know. Cass.
Oh, I thought y'all were friends with him.
No.
But I had to unfollow him this week because he put that shit out right after the angle. He's like, oh, the reason y'all don't like the Pat McAfee promo is because he's talking about you, the IWC. I was like,
he posts into the IWC.
Unfollow. I was like, I can't do it. He tried to save it and said, "Oh, I thought they should have zigged when they zagged." So I think he tried to clean it up, and I was just like, "Nah, I'm gonna unfollow you because that was just too much of chill. Let's chill. I'm gonna grip. Yeah, I'm for this," and I'm just like, "Nah, can't do this. Sorry."
Yeah, like I don't know Kazim that well. I mean, I've maybe exchanged like 2 words for him. So yeah, we're not friends or anything. So you can say what you want to say about it.
Yeah.
Complaining
I couldn't.
again, it's so stupid of like, I hate the internet wrestling community. Where are you posting that, and who is going to see this? Like, what are we doing around here? Like, we are all part of this. Yes, Pedro, we are part of the IWC, for better or for worse.
Everyone,
we are.
If you're online talking about wrestling, you are the IWC. And oh my God, I didn't think that you could make it worse after the promo. But I'm sorry, Pat McAfee going on social media
that ruled.
Begging people to buy tickets for Wrestle. I was like,
that ruled.
This is extraordinary. This is extraordinary.
So this is the part. This is the part that got me on Pat's promo, and he's like, there's still tickets available for WrestleMania. How is that possible when this man is part of the card? I'm like, do you not see how stupid this is? Yeah, this man is part of the main event, and there's tickets available. So what is wrong
Randy
here?
Orton is around.
And the people that he tagged in that tweet is just a
Well, it
who's
tagged us, so I'm gonna,
hilarious. I know it's just a who's who.
I don't know
hilarious.
who else he tagged. Honestly,
He
I didn't
tagged
pay that much
Busted
attention.
Open. He tagged Busted Open first, of course, because he'll probably appear on Busted Open, or maybe not, because I don't know.
He's
if
got his own show.
Serious show. Anyway, Wrestle Ops, of course, Wrestle Talk, us, Behind the Buckle.
I don't know what that is.
I don't know who
Sure.
they are, but they got tagged in this. Elite Club, fucking Elite Rockers, or whoever who got who put up the fake tweet that was on Unreal, and that was the whole thing that got us with the whole there was that, and Wrestling Classic. Justin got tagged in this as if like
Justin's good dude.
Justin's fine. I have no problems with him. He's a Canadian dude. I might even see him next week. I don't know, but like of all the people to tag,
It is a very random list. I will, yeah.
It is very random. Didn't tag
I
Dave,
feel like
tag
I
Wade.
feel like he just did the and he just clicked like the first 5 names that popped up on the on the automated list there. He's like, all right, sure, these 5. So now we know like who Pat like really follows and is paying attention to on the IWC. Those are all the sites that he follows and interacts with. I feel like that's all Pat did on that one. I hope McAfee shows up on Raw tonight and just he buries that product.
Another, Gary.
And that's the other thing.
He buried. He said, "You got Netflix." He talked about Netflix in Raw.
Is he gonna like go on his show, talk shit about WWE, and then expect people to watch, even though he's telling like
yes, they always do this. Dude, so this we had plenty of conversations a year ago at this point, a little over a year ago, about when Jon Moxley was doing this with AEW. I'm like, why are we going to watch this show if every week Moxley's like, the show sucks. We need to restore the feeling. That wasn't just Moxley, but we need to bring it back. Yeah.
And Copeland, they all did it. They all, we got to restart it. This is really like 2 years ago. It was mostly 2024 where they were doing all this a lot, like too much to restore the feeling. It's like that. It's like 2019, 2018 WWE when they came out, the McMahons came out, be like, this show sucks. And it's all Baron Corbin's fault. Blame Baron Corbin. Blame Baron Corbin.
That was the first thing I tweeted after when I tweeted that whole, and it's not just so-and-so saying it. My reply was, where's Baron Corbin? Bring him back and fire him on Monday.
It's so stupid to just go out there and just say the product sucks right now. Like, it benefits nobody. Absolutely nobody. They just go out there and be like, hey, what we're doing right now sucks. Like, okay, what are you guys doing right now? Why does it suck? Then just do something different. Do something better. You don't have to go out here and say, yeah, the show sucks. We know it sucks. Don't worry. We're going to turn it around. Just turn it around. It accomplishes nothing to come out and just say, yeah, our product sucks. Like, not when it's a sports entertainment product like this. Like, basketball players all the time, like, yeah, I suck tonight. Like, yeah, you did. Play better, okay? At least you're accountable for saying that you sucked tonight. Unless you're Doc Rivers, like, oh, we had a bunch of injuries, we missed a bunch of shots. I thought I really liked our game. I can't do a Doc Rivers voice, horse ass voice, but don't go out here and just be like, yeah, the show sucks. Sorry, guys. Sorry that the show sucks. It accomplishes nothing. So bad. So bad.
Ken adding in, Pat's just going to call out WrestleTix next time he's on.
That would actually be hilarious. I thought it was hilarious that he called out all this stuff. He's calling out like, oh, it was lowest rated on Cage Match, and then he got lower rated on Cage Match.
Yes, he got 0.52 on Cage Match. I was like, who's he going to blame for that now?
You can't poke the bear. Cage Match are a fickle bunch.
It's absolutely hilarious.
This was one of the all-time pro. I got people upset at me because they don't understand my humor when I put out the post. Homie came back on WWE television, crapped on the low ticket sales for WWE, crapped on Cody, crapped on wrestling, 45 minutes of wrestling on a wrestling show, crapped on the lowest rated SmackDown, even crapped on Randy really when he said that the tickets are still available and you got Randy Orton around. And he basically is now in a WrestleMania program. And this comes off the heels of WWE Unreal, where Triple H and Bruce Pritchard were trying to convince the creative room to get him to beat Gunther and called him one of the faces of the company. I was like, he's an all-time celebrity. He's an all-time celebrity.
He's ahead of his time, clearly.
He's ahead of his time. He's on the all-time celebrity list because no one has ever been like this. They have never given someone the full reign on this level, on this type of level. Like Tyson was a part of a main event program at WrestleMania, but that was like the height of Mike Tyson coming off of his boxing career and the scandal that he had and everything. That was the right time. Pat McAfee, part of this. It's the greatest thing ever.
Yeah, well, I mean, Bruce Pritchard was ahead of his time. It's like Pat McAfee should win this shit. And lo and behold, Ari Emanuel is like, I like that Bruce Pritchard. He knows exactly what he's talking about. Yeah, I said it partially joking, but not really joking. And I tweeted that the decline of WWE creatively was Pritchard and Triple H being involved in Cody's celebration at WrestleMania 40, and people were like, "Oh no, it was like the Hell in a Cell match and stuff." Well, we're talking about decline. It's not like straight down. There's the decline. It's all gradual. Yeah.
You could ride out a peak. But that was the peak. Right. WrestleMania 40, and then it's slowly.
So it's not even
slow declension.
You're dealing with people who think that something is binary. So what do you expect?
It's not even like WrestleMania 40. What was it? It's specifically Triple H and Bruce Pritchard being part of the celebration, because that was the moment that they told you this is all fake. This is all a bunch of bullshit. Here's who you should credit for all of this. Triple H put all this together. Bruce Pritchard put all of this together. It's all part of the show. And then they started doing the executive producer stuff and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, we got to go behind the curtain on all this. Instead of just doing your show, that was the moment where, for this particular era, I know in past eras they've done other stuff. We just mentioned the stuff of like Baron Corbin's to blame for everything that's wrong. But for this particular era, that was the particular moment that it's like they just decided to peel back everything. It's like, these guys are the reason for all the greatness here. And now they're the reason for shit going the way that it was. But it couldn't just be, we've seen celebrations before, right? Like WrestleMania 10 when Brett won. And the baby faces came out and it was a big celebration and Owens at the ramp and stuff. Imagine if Vince and Bruce just came out there and Brett was like, "Oh, thank you so much, Vince. You gave me this opportunity. Thank you so much, Bruce. You've always been in my corner for all of this. Just do your babyface celebration and let us enjoy the moment. Do not have to glad hand and pat yourself on the back with all of this stuff." And that's why I said that was the downfall of the creative level. Because instead of just booking their shit and enjoying the moment and like, look what we accomplished with WrestleMania 40. Look at all the good shit that we did with WrestleMania 40 and that main event in particular, and how cinematic, Marvel, and everything. It couldn't just be that. It had to be, well, we're the reason that it happened. We made this happen. Marvel movies should actually end with a hologram of Stan Lee just showing up out there.
But
he's
it
Marvel,
was really,
right?
it was like
I don't know.
Like Ray's is saying in the chat, that was really kind of the culmination of the weekend, because literally the whole weekend this is the Triple H era. For months leading up to WrestleMania 40. You had Cody on interview saying this is the Renaissance era. This is the Renaissance
that
era.
Term sucks.
And that term wasn't good, but you want to make Renaissance era even worse? It's name it after the guy who's the head of the creative and call it the Triple H era. Paul Heyman doing his whole speech for the Hall of Fame induction. He spent like 10 minutes talking about Triple H. It's the Triple H era. Then we got that on the first night. They're talking on commentary saying this is the Triple H era. Yeah, this
Stephanie
is the Triple H era.
showing up. and being like, it's the first WrestleMania under Triple H. All of that, like, yes, very annoying and everything. It lives in interviews, and a lot of them were on WWE, but everyone does media that week, so fine. If you want to call it that, okay, sure. It's all online, social media, whatever stuff. Wrestlers say stupid things in interviews. They couldn't let it just live there. They had to actually put it on the television show. And that's
but
my
they
issue
did. They did with the Hall of
this.
Fame. They were doing it all day with the promos and stuff. But that's true. That's Cody's fault. I blame Cody. I'm fine. I don't blame. Yeah, I can't even. I can blame a lot of things on Triple H, but Cody did not have to involve Triple H and Bruce Pritchard. We would have had a perfect ending to WrestleMania if you didn't have to call out the people that helped you along. You should have called out Vince, because Vince is the one that went to your house and got you to come back to the company. Then
I'm fine with blaming Cody. I don't care who you want to blame. I just think that was the decline of it all. Is like, we gotta praise ourselves here. Just do your television show.
And it was Cody at the time. It was also Cody just being like, look what I did, and look who got me there. No one else has ever done this with or for me. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. And it was him being a little petty, and it was.
He didn't do himself any favors.
I know that. But I know that. But this is Cody, the politician.
You don't think Tony Khan didn't want to put the title on Cody at some point? Come on now.
No, it's not just that. It's just Mr. Bad Apples, Mr. Politician, because he pulls out the GIF that he posts, him pulling out the sword against the armies coming after him. And it's like, why is corporate babyface world champion thinking the world is against him when every single time the world is against him, he wins?
Well, TKO's against him.
I guess
they got you telling you that Seth Rollins going to fake an injury, and Seth Rollins don't even want to tell his goddamn opponent. What the hell are you talking about? What the hell are you talking about? And this is the whole thing, is that they're trying to, like, literally WrestleMania 40 and onward, they've been trying to push this whole agenda that Cody is the face of this new era, this boom period. He's the face of the era, and he couldn't even accept that. He had to share it with Triple H, and now Triple H is the face of this new era and boom period. They have made him into their Dana White. He's a face of the company that won't age out, that won't get old, that won't anything, because he's not in the ring anymore. He's behind creative. Like, it doesn't make any sense.
Release the Wheatley cuts. That's all I'm gonna say.
I should.
From Friday, we got a super chat from D-Train saying, I'm reminded of a Tony Schiavone quote. Yeah, that'll put butts in seats. The problem is the tide turned at that point, so who knows what that's going to bring come WrestleMania.
I like that Mick Foley's in his profile picture for that quote as well.
You're gonna do it right.
Very fitting. I hope we see Brandy doing Who the Hell Told You It Was Open Mic Night, bitch. That would
Brandy versus Pat McAfee. That's the match you want. That's WrestleMania.
Brandy would kick the shit out of Pat McAfee.
Right in the dick. Ryan Lambert put this in. Jericho saw this.
Yeah.
I'm staying with AEW.
SP3 and I talked about this when Jericho returned. We were like, he probably looked at all this stuff WWE's done over the last year and like, I don't want to do this Goldberg John Cena stuff. This sounds terrible. Like, y'all ain't gonna let me do nothing.
And then they couldn't even let it go like a week of everybody bad mouthing AEW for bringing back Jericho. WWE had to be like, hold my beer. We can show you how to upset your audience with a creative decision.
Just incredible. And like, here's the thing. I'm not looking forward to Jericho being back in AEW very much as anyone else. But like, I'll give it a minute. I'll watch it for a minute, because who knows? It could be hilarious, or it could be a disaster, and we're back to square one. And then the conversation returns. Like, why did Jericho go to WWE? And it's like, well, now we know why. And there was also some other things about like giving up IP and stuff like that. I probably didn't want to do, giving up bookings and stuff. Can't go on tour during these blackout dates. Well, these are some pretty big dates. Yeah, too bad. WrestleMania week, you got to be here, Chris.
I like that Road Dogg got out of here. He was J. Cole.
Yes, that was a great comment. Greater than Haro. He was like, that man is J.
Road Dogg's like, nah, I see these dudes out here.
Can't blame me for this
see
shit.
What they're doing.
Yep. He was like, I already got blamed for enough. He was like, I'm a dip on out. And then did you hear the line he said on the podcast interview where he said, what do you think about the card for WrestleMania? He says, it's as good as it's gonna get. That was his direct quote about the card for WrestleMania was it's as good as it's gonna get. Holy, that was the best like double-fisted, backhanded compliment I've ever heard from someone who just was working with WWE like last month.
All right, I gotta go here shortly, but I do want to mention that Sami Carmelo Trick segment. Another celebrity involved with Lil Yachty.
Little
I don't have
Yachty.
an issue with Lil Yachty. I don't
Little
know.
boat.
I don't listen to Lil Yachty. I don't know what kind of viewership he brings. Much like with Pat McAfee, no idea. He's having fun. Good for him. He's just there. You know, he's not super involved in the angle or anything. This Sami stuff is so hilarious to me. How do you drop the ball on a surefire babyface like Sami Zayn?
Oh, easily.
To where
so easy.
they get him completely booed. This segment was so terrible because Sami was out here like, I don't know if you deserve this match with everything. And then Trick's like, quit ducking him. Sami's like, all right, you know what? Maybe you do deserve this match, but we're just going to do it tonight instead of, next week or at WrestleMania or anything. And then Trick attacks him like, are they both heels? Because clearly Sami's getting booed out here as well. None of these guys are likable. Carmelo's the likable guy here. Carmelo's the guy that the fans want. And then Carmelo's just losing again to Sami. Like, oh, knee injury and whatever. That's how you explain it. This, to me, that was, we hear your complaints about Carmelo. We do. Hey, look, he lost again. Yeah, we can't put him in this match. He's lost 2 times. Now to Sami, like we can't get him. We can't get him here. And then they're gonna be like, well, Carmelo actually suffered a knee injury, and he just happens to be out for 2.5 weeks. Oh, he'll be back. He'll be back just after WrestleMania, guys. Don't worry.
That first WrestleMania back, it'll be okay. Don't worry.
We would have loved to add him in, but we couldn't do it.
King Damien, this is exactly what you're getting. That's why when Jeremy says, I don't know how they mess up the Sami Zayn babyface, it's because they're trying to do a double turn. They're trying to be cute about it.
But they weren't trying to do a double turn.
No, they're not.
Into a double turn.
Exactly. Like the promo segment should have told them what direction to go in. And then they ended the night with they positioned Trick as a babyface in that promo with Sami Zayn. And then the end of the night had Trick as a heel use a distraction from Little Yachty to attack Sami.
You bet, because they're trying to test the audience. They're like, will you do it?
I don't think they're trying to test anything. I think they're stupid.
No, I think I think they know that they're going to do it, but this is them just being like, oh, let's get one last test. Oh, we got him. Oh, we got him. And it's not good, but it's very clearly like what their plan seems to be.
You are giving them too much credit for
their own mediocrity
about these things.
I understand it. I'm not saying they're thinking. I'm thinking that they think they're putting out their steps to getting there.
I don't think they're doing that at all. I think they're just stupid. And they're just falling into a lot of this stuff, and they're trying to just explain. They're trying to just be like, hey, go out here and do this, and whatever the reaction is, and then we'll figure it out from there.
They think Trick is the guy. They think Trick is the ultimate.
He is.
They think he's the baby face that they can cheer. They'll sing his song and they'll be right for him, and that's enough for them. So they'll do it, but then they remember, oh shit, he's a heel. We got to remember he's a heel, and Sami is just the unlikable. I don't know what's the word. He's anal retentive.
They don't know what he is. That's the problem.
They don't know what he is. Yeah,
they're just like taking his real life self and what everyone has said about him backstage. Just make that his character again. That's how they did it last time. They made it that anal retentive weirdo.
That episode sucked, man. It was so bad. It was so bad. Like even the stuff that was not that bad, like Rhea getting EO for help. It's just like this whole feud is hopeless. There's no turning back from this. Freaking I don't know what else was on this show. Oh, they're still doing the Wyatt Six and MFTs. And now we got another stable that has dissension in it.
Tama Tonga's the smartest man in the industry. He's like, why are we fighting over this dumb shit? Give it up, Solo. And Solo's like, all right, I guess I'll give it up.
Aleister Black doing meaningless matches with Matt Cardona after he beat Randy Orton and Sami Zayn, and it's not going to be on the WrestleMania card.
You leave Aleister Killer Cross alone.
That's hilarious. The lantern stuff that's going to be the death of me, honestly. This stuff has been going on for so long. Like, this lantern is meaningless. I'm sorry. It is. There's no...
It's meaningless outside of being a fan of the Wyatts and being a part of the family that is part of the Wyatts.
At least with the urn, we had like some tangible proof that it like gave the Undertaker some powers and shit. This lantern has shown like nothing that it has any type of powers because they've completely neutered the Wyatt Six from what they were. Like, why are we doing anything with this lantern? It's the dumbest thing in the world. Nobody could possibly care about this lantern. And then he won, Uncle Howdy did, and Solo still had the lantern. And he stupidly just set it down by the ropes. And I guess Tama took it from him and set it down by the ropes. I was like, oh, this stuff sucks. This is just terrible. And then they're backstage and Solo's still like, yeah, you know what? We should get back to handling business. But we still got to take care of the Wyatts. I was like, well, no, in this stuff. What are we doing?
Like, move on. Just move on.
Stop it.
You're so close.
It's over. I know it's a sentimental thing for Bray. I'm not trying to...
And that's what I'm trying to say. It's like, it's for the fans of the Wyatts and for the Wyatts themselves. It means something to them specifically. No one else in WWE should give a damn about the lantern.
But they haven't even explained it that well that it's meaningful to all of them. Like, it just...
You're part of the Wyatt. If you're Wyatt adjacent, it means something because it's the magical power of Bray Wyatt through lantern form. It's like you just that's one of those things where you just have to be with it because it doesn't mean anything. You just have to accept that that's what it is.
You know what? Then they haven't been fighting hard enough.
Well, we know
this.
The losers, except for that one tag.
They've been way too nonchalant that this group has the lantern. Do some of your magic bullshit then if it doesn't have any effect on that and if it's just meaningful because of Bray. Go murder people like you were doing your first week when you were good. It's so dumb. It's so bad. So bad.
Dude, don't mention the group or you'll get flagged.
Yeah, Solo and the Sakuras.
No, you do it so far into the video they don't notice. I've said it on like the last 5 different episodes I've been on In the Weeds and we haven't got flagged yet.
It's caught us before.
I think it's that. I know that y'all could be careful. I guess it's because I got the complexion for the protection for once. So they won't flag me for it.
SmackDown, that SmackDown getting flagged created this awful vortex in which everyone had to come to this channel, okay? We
got new subscribers. We got new people. This is one of the most live viewers that we've had on YouTube in a while. It's a good time.
We would have had this many because this was just a generational.
That too. Yeah. That too.
It's either a really amazing show or a really bad one. That's when the people.
Yeah, we get this many on like TNA after they do bad shows.
It's true. Yeah, that's true. It's kind of wild. People just want to talk about the dumb shit and see what other people say about it.
We had our most live viewers on True Hill Heat on Saturday because we talked about
people
it.
Like to see this bad stuff. Like, what are they gonna say about this garbage ass show that I just watched? The Danhausen stuff I actually thought was funny. It's Danhausen who could.
Yeah, that was hilarious. The tag team title match. That was fun. Yeah. That was fun. That was goofy. Only good part of the show.
That was goofy WWE comedy that like I can appreciate. Honestly, I had no issue with the Danhausen stuff. I saw people were mad about that too. I was like, no, what else are you gonna do with Danhausen?
That was appropriately stupid. Unlike the opening segment, which was stupid in all the wrong ways and all the best ways. At the same
because
time.
The Danhausen stuff at the end of the day is like harmless.
Right.
It's not main eventing WrestleMania.
You're not you're not selling tickets to WrestleMania off the back of Danhausen. You should, but
Yeah,
it's
you should.
for a different cause.
Danhausen's gonna bring. I feel like Danhausen has more crossover than McAfee. He's got Conan mentions and
Brother.
everything.
They are going to run Danhausen all over Vegas on that.
As they
week.
should.
I'm saying they should, but I know he's getting paid well, but I hope they pay him extra for the work that he is about to put in Vegas next week. It's going to be crazy. You're going to see him everywhere in that city on the Strip. It's crazy.
As you should.
I agree with that. Charlexa and Bailey and Lyra, it was fine. And
Yeah,
then they did the same
was-
beatdown they did for a whole month with the irresistible forces beating them down. I do love Alexa Bliss Gamer, who came on to True Hill Heat in the comments and told us that the match was great on Saturday, and now here on Monday she's saying that it's good now, or she, them are saying it's good now. I appreciate you lowering your support and praise of the matchup from great to good. I appreciate that.
I do like that Alexa Bliss Gamer is going to defend the Alexa Bliss matches. It is the same tag team match
It's
that
the
they've
same
done
match.
for 5 weeks now.
It's a match where you look at those two and you're just like, poor Lyra, she's gonna eat that pin. No one else is gonna eat that pin.
The Jade Rhea stuff is awful. I'm sorry.
Oh,
no
bad.
one could possibly care.
I dropped
It's
the
really
build video today and it's already picking up steam, so there you go.
No one could possibly care about Rhea against BFAB and Michin. And then they brought EO back because let's try to get a pop out of something here. And now they're doing that match tonight. Like, okay, cool. No one cares.
What they're doing,
about
Rio versus
BFAB and Michin. Yeah, that's tonight on Raw. Yeah. Get excited.
See how much I pay attention to the news.
This is the Romanless episode tonight?
Yes,
Yeah,
it
Roman's
is.
like,
This is the
2
one
weeks before Mania, I ain't showing
Yeah.
up.
This is the one
It's
Roman.
like I'll be there to go home.
Yeah.
They'll do a video package with Roman.
I mean, Punk's gonna talk, so they got that.
Yeah, they'll do a Punk segment. Hopefully, it's not the main event again. Switch it up a
It's
little
probably
bit.
gonna be Punk and the Usos doing something.
I actually think they're gonna.
Please, dear
I actually
Lord,
think.
no.
I just think Brock and Oba might get the main event spot for this show.
They should.
Honestly.
That's the only great build, only great story they've told heading into WrestleMania. They have a great build with that. They have a decent build with Fatu and McIntyre, and then everything else is either boring or sucks.
Hold on. Weren't Jacob Fatu and Drew McIntyre supposed to be on the show on Friday?
They just said like how will they respond? Like they
Okay.
did
Yeah.
that stuff. So
They did
ambiguous,
video packages.
Well, no, I know they
Yeah,
did the
they
video
did.
packages, so I was expecting them to be on the show because
Yeah.
we covered it on Friday.
Okay, hold on.
Right,
I got 2 things before I need to get out of here.
No, stick around for the Hattie interview.
I legitimately have to go. I do. I'm glad you guys are interviewing Hattie. I hope it goes well. All right, real quickly, a couple of things. The main event segment tonight is going to be Triple H introducing Oba and Brock and be like, "We can have no physical contact here, and we can't ruin our WrestleMania main event." But Triple H has got to be out there so everyone knows, like, "Hey, look what I'm involved in, guys. That other stuff, nah, that ain't me. This is what I'm involved in here. This is the part that I'm booking right here." So that's going to be the main event tonight. All right, real quickly, so I have a short to do for this. Moment of the weekend, Joel Pearl.
Pat McAfee kicked a WWE champion right in the dick. There is nothing better that can come from that other than maybe doing it in the Attitude Era, because that's how you bring back the business.
Moment of the weekend, SP3.
Pat McAfee quoting cage match ratings on Friday Night SmackDown. That was the joy. I have never felt that type of joy. I've been waiting for, the wrong thing with the Triple H era is his bad is mundane. It's boring. I needed Vince McMahon level bad. There's a charm to it. There's an enjoyment that you get of ripping it apart. And this is the type of stuff I live for. This is why I do what I do. This is what we do.
3 for 3, Pat McAfee from start to finish. The reveal, and then more importantly, the promo where he said, "Everything sucks. We need to go back to the Attitude Era," which was 30 years ago, And this man who was not part of the Attitude Era is going to bring us back there. Please buy tickets to WrestleMania because everything sucks. And we really need you to prove that everything does not suck by buying these WrestleMania tickets and supporting Randy Orton. What a segment. Legit, I don't know if anything's going to top this segment this year. Like, it's going to take a lot for something to top this. Because not only did you get this promo, which was amazing in and of itself, but you spent weeks doing this mystery angle. Like, oh, who's he on the phone with? Is it Bob Orton? Is it Batista? DiBiase Jr.? Like, who? Ric Flair? Who could it be? All these theories that were out there. Like, they would have been better off if it was just Randy talking to himself and he's going to the dark place or whatever, and these are the voices. It would have been better for that. Their answer to this whole angle was a podcast host, was a radio show host, a former NFL player, a former punter. Amazing. Absolutely amazing.
With his shirt tucked in. His shirt was tucked
20 years of history. 20 years of history between these two men. And they were like, you know what we need here? This radio show host who has nothing to do with any of this.
And a country music star.
This means two things. One, there's hope for us yet. Second, this opens up the door, Jeremy. You were saying it doesn't get any better than this? No, it does. This opens the door to Pat McAfee and Jelly Roll having a promo together in the ring. Where else in the world would you ever see that monstrosity of a Mad Lib sentence come to life than in this WrestleMania build? I am salivating at the idea.
Honestly, it is.
This is it.
Yeah, it's gonna be so good. It's gonna be so good. All right, I appreciate you guys. I gotta get out of here. I'll be back tomorrow for the entire show. Thank you again, SP3, for filling in. But after that segment on Friday, I would have, if that main event ended in DQ, which I kind of half expected to set up a triple threat match at WrestleMania.
I even tweeted about it.
Instead, they were like, no, we're not even going to give you false hope that Melo's going to be in this match. Just don't expect it. He ain't going to be here, folks. All right. Damn. Even if that ended in a DQ, I would have jumped on to talk about that McAfee set. I would have broken my own rule.
It's funny because
superseded all of it.
I tweeted it. I was like, because the SmackDown episode might end in a DQ, we are at a crossroads for bits and
no.
breaking
this. If something hilarious like this happens, I gotta break my own rule, because most of the times when these shows end in a DQ, like, nothing of substance actually happens on these shows. Nothing important enough to like, I actually feel like talking about this. This had to be talked about. It had to be. All right, appreciate everyone in the chat. Everyone have a good day. I'll catch everyone tomorrow. Bye.
Appreciate you, Jeremy. Take care.
What a way to come in and just make this show even better. What a great time. And
we appreciate WWE and TKO. Thank you, guys.
They really went to bat for our show this week. Today. We'll do it again. Doing it again tomorrow is going to be even funnier. Talking about whatever comes out of Raw. You guys are going to just have the best day tomorrow.
We did nearly a 5-hour True Hill Heat podcast on Saturday because of this.
For real?
Yeah.
5 hours? Nah, I can't. I ain't spending my day inside like that. Not on a weekend. That kid and I went to the aquarium.
It's already past 3:00 by the time I get on there here, so I'm fine. I had a good morning with the family.
That's nice. We went to the aquarium on Sunday. It was nice. We went.
Nice.
It was a good time. Yeah, just getting them out of their house and running them around. The Easter stuff was good too, because one of the breweries near us was doing something. So we went up there, and then we went, his soon to be new school is also close to this place. So we went and like played in the park and like got him a chance to look around, and that was good. That was a lot of fun. But yeah.
Nice.
That SmackDown was just 1 in a billion. I loved it. You know what I love even more? I love it when our guest is right on time and early, so we can get right to it if they're ready for us. just thumbs up, and we can get into it. Oh my God.
There we go.
SP3, I'm in such a good mood right now. Very excited now. On April 11th, that is this coming Saturday, they are making their debut in Vancouver. First time ever they've ever went to Vancouver, BC. Mystery Wrestling will be there. They are sold out, but you can watch it live on both YouTube and Twitch. That's Evil Uno's Twitch channel. There's a Mystery Wrestling YouTube channel. Sorry, Evil Uno's Twitch. Yeah, a Mystery Wrestling YouTube channel. The show is at 2 p.m. Pacific. We're going to talk more about it. We welcome to the show now the one, the only Hattie. Hello.
Hello, guys. How you doing?
Great. How are you?
Doing well.
I'm doing great.
Good.
I woke up maybe about like half an hour ago, so I'm still a little bit sleepy, but I'm feeling good. I'm feeling ready for this. So I appreciate you guys having me on this fine Monday.
Yeah, we've got Mystery Wrestling coming to Vancouver. You have been everywhere recently. I mean, there was the Mystery contingent in Japan. We'll talk about that. There was Mystery in Edmonton. Mystery, of course, came to Toronto back in the fall. What has kind of been the feeling as Mystery has started to grow out and you've seen people coming to shows who are not normally, at the Gatineau shows? It's new faces. How have you been feeling about that growth?
I think I could kind of speak for everyone that we feel like we're in a bit of unprecedented times locally for us, because I don't think we've had this. I mean, I've only been around for about 3 years now, but I don't think there had been that much of an excitement about something that's really far-reaching outside of just Ottawa, Gatineau. Like the fact that we've been able to do Toronto, Edmonton, Japan, UK. We're about to go to Vancouver this Saturday. Like we've far surpassed expectations at this point, and all thank you to the incredible fans that follow Mystery Wrestling, just trying to keep the ball rolling on this. Like I think all of us realize that we're in special times, and we're excited to see where this keeps going.
SP3, I was gonna toss to you for a second if you had a question. Otherwise, I can keep going.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you, what drew you personally to Mystery Wrestling? Why you wanted to connect yourself to the promotion?
So funny enough, so there's been if you look at the cage match, there's a prior iteration to Mystery Wrestling, different than the format that you see right now that simulcast on YouTube and Twitch and has a Patreon attached to it. But the inaugural show of the reboot of Mystery Wrestling was where I actually had my first professional wrestling match. I wrestled on the dark match of that show I should probably know this date, but I would say it's like April 26th or April 28th, I think, of 2023.
Are you ready? June 23rd.
No. So
I've got the one against Nathan. Was there one before that?
There was one before that. So if it's not on my cage match, then it's not listed. But
okay,
it's on Patreon. So I had a tag match. It was me and Ed Bellows against London Lightning and Gabriel Floyd.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that match is actually available to watch on Patreon. The part of the massive catalog that we've built up at this point. We have dark matches that are taped prior to the show that are added as exclusive content for Patreon subscribers if they would like to get some more Mystery Wrestling. If you want to go and see my first wrestling match, you go ahead. It's definitely a nice watch.
And you've been now all over these cards. I brought this up with Dre Mitchell in our conversation, being a Teletubby.
Yeah.
Did you enjoy donning the Teletubby suit? Was it hot, as Drea said, like very warm inside?
Yeah, it was definitely hot. I was just more bothered by that. I don't even know what to call it. That long thing on my head. I couldn't control it. It just kept flopping all over the place. Yeah, it was definitely an experience, I'll say the least. But that's the beautiful thing about Mystery Wrestling is it puts you in these unpredictable situations. Most of the time, you're not sure exactly what's about to happen, and you're kind of thrown into the wild at that point, and just make do with what you can. And I think we had a fun time. We made some good memories.
And who would win in a real life fight between the Power Rangers and Teletubbies, in your opinion?
Easily the Teletubbies. Easily the Teletubbies. I know we didn't have a fair go the last time, but you never know again. You never know again.
Is it the low center
No,
of
that makes
gravity? Is that what it is?
I think it's the high center of gravity. I think what caused me the most problems was the fact that I had a fellatio on my head that kept wheeling all over the place. So I think next time I might try to move that downwards and see if I can get a stronger base.
Did not know if we were going to talk about this, but I'm here for it.
Oh,
I am
absolutely.
definitely here.
Have you seen what I've been doing recently? Come on, man.
So, what should the fans expect on April 11th from you personally at this mystery wrestling show?
For me personally, I am quite unsure. This is mystery wrestling, so nothing is announced prior to the show except for a commentary guest and one special guest, which we will have Kenta in action on April 11th at Mystery Wrestling 24 in Vancouver, BC. So I'm definitely excited to see that. It's the thing about Mystery Wrestling, it's a variety show. I think there's this, rightfully so, this perception that we are a comedy wrestling promotion, but it is a variety show. It's a buffet of everything that you'd want. It's funny, hilarious moments. It's long-term, incredible storytelling. Like we saw the culmination of it in Gatineau at Mystery Wrestling 22 with the crowning of London Lightning becoming the holder of all the marbles. It is incredible live professional wrestling. You see some of the best people all around the world come to Mystery Wrestling because this is a great platform to showcase a lot of people who don't usually get shine. And that's a big thing for us in Canada because for a long time, indie wrestling is very much in a bubble in certain areas around here that like it's cool to have a place that's seen in places like Europe, in places in Asia, in places in all over North America and South America. Like this is truly a global platform that I don't think many of us really saw how far this would go, but here we are now, and we're just kind of playing with the cards that we're being dealt, and we'll see where we go from here. And I'll say this for anyone that's tuning in on Saturday, because unfortunately the show is sold out for many of you, but if you do have a ticket, I promise you, you will not have a single second of a bad time. This will be, without a doubt, to me, it is the best live experience for professional wrestling. And I say this with absolute bias, right? But the best live experience for a professional wrestling show, our broadcast. You can sit through and enjoy it the entire time. There's always action from A to Z. Obviously, if you've seen our clips, you can see that we have a lot of our high moments that we like to showcase online. But through and through, Mystery Wrestling, to me, provides the best value. It is a free show. It is a free viewing on Saturday. If you tune in on twitch.tv/EvilUno or youtube.com/Mystery Wrestling at 2 p.m. Pacific time, 5 p.m. Eastern time, you get to watch it for free. And if you miss it, support us on Patreon because it keeps us being able to do what we can do and, fund these shows and keep running every month.
I can say without the bias. So I've been to both the headquarters of Mystery Wrestling where you guys run and get to know, and I've also seen you guys in Toronto, and I'll be there in Vancouver as well. Very much looking forward to it. It's a different show, and every time it's a different show. The characters are a little bit different, but one of my favorite things, is that things at Mystery really do stay a mystery. And even if you know somebody, you don't always get an answer from the people at Mystery as to what's happening. And I keep me in the dark. It's okay. I can find out. I'll find out other ways if I really want to. But no, it's fun. But I do want to ask actually about when the special guests are brought in, and it's obviously an attraction to announce when someone like Kenta is coming in for Vancouver, or when Taka Michinoku came in for Edmonton. When those wrestlers come in, how much of a chance does the Mystery crew have to kind of pick the brains of these guys and girls who are coming through just to talk wrestling and get their experience and their expertise?
Honestly, for the most part, everyone that we've had come through for Mystery has been really incredible, and obviously, to me, Mystery is a very welcoming environment. The second you come in, you're one of us. Like, you're a lot of good banter, a lot of really good camaraderie, and everyone is there to do the best to make a good show. And the thing in wrestling is that, like, it's a very it's an individual pursuit for the most part, because you want to try and get the most out of it for yourself. But I've never felt like there's been a place. There's a few places for sure, but Mystery particularly has this vibe and aura where everyone wants to make sure that we have the best show possible. And when we bring in someone like a Kenta or a Tyler Breeze or MXM or RJ City, or there's been a ton of people so far that have come through. They've always been so welcoming and open to allow questions and to pick their brains and stuff. And I'll say this, like, Uno has been really cool about doing seminars before the shows for any of the local wrestlers or people coming in that want to participate, where we've had seminars from Dijak, we've had seminars from Ethan Page, we've had seminars from Bryce Remsburg, which to me personally was the best seminar ever, because I learned so much from that. Not even because the entire time it was just a conversation rather than it was anything in ring, which these seminars have a lot of really cool nuggets for. So when we do bring someone in, we try to extract the most value as possible, not even just as a brand, but for us wrestlers in particular as well too, because it's a really good networking opportunity. How often do we really get to come in contact with these kinds of people who have made it to a certain level on TV, or just had a really tremendous experience and career on the indies so far? So there's always something to learn from them, and everyone has been really cool.
What would you say? Like you said, Bryce Remsburg was one of your like favorite ones as far as the seminars. What's been like one of the key things you've learned from these seminars, whether it be with Bryce or any of the other ones that you mentioned?
I'll say in particular for the Bryce Remsburg seminar, one thing that really resonated with me was it's that there's the concept of getting greenlit once you leave a wrestling school, or not necessarily leave a wrestling school. You never leave a wrestling school, but once you are from student to active wrestler, it's a little bit of a battle, because it's like, there are plenty of opportunities to be able to get matches all around, but sometimes it becomes a bit tricky when there's an excess amount of people who are fighting for the same spot. And I think the one thing that really resonated with me from that is that Bryce had basically given the example of like two wrestlers who are good in the ring, but one guy has this extra thing that he does. Like, he's really good at making graphics. He's really good at promoting the show. There's all these extra things that I don't think people take advantage of to make themselves stand out a bit. And I think that's from the seminar that I took the most to heart, because to me, it's like, realistically, anyone can learn to become a professional wrestler. It takes someone with skill to be able to be a good professional wrestler. But what makes you stand out for why a promoter should have you on the show? Why should fans want to see you on the show? What extra value do you provide besides being a professional wrestler that could make you valuable to someone or some organization or a brand? So to me, that was one thing I took to heart, and I definitely made the most out of it, I would say.
So making the most out of it, you found yourself in Japan recently with Uno and Junior Benito. What was the experience like working with Choco Pro and Gato Move and getting on those shows and making an international impact with Mystery and with the boys?
It was the best trip I've ever been in all my life. Like, oh man, like from the second we got there, I knew I didn't want to leave, because Japan is an incredibly beautiful country, and the people are so hospitable and so nice. I'd be remiss if I didn't say, Chris Brooks, Balyan Aki were incredible hosts for the 8 days they've been in. They were so nice to me, Uno and Junior. They showed us around a lot, and They made sure that we had a good time. We got to wrestle quite a bit, honestly, within those the time that we were there. The flight there was definitely a trek. I mean, 14 hours in the air in one seat is not for the weak, but man, those 8 days made it so worth it. Like, shout out to the people at Bakugai Jin and Choco Pro, and we had such an incredible experience to be able to wrestle new people and be able to immerse ourselves in the culture and the style that's there. And for me in particular, oh man, it was like a dream come true, because I got to be able to show a side of myself that I don't necessarily have the how would I say this? Like, I got to show a little bit more extra while I was in Japan. And if anyone who's watching this hasn't seen the collab shows between Choco Pro and Mystery and Bakugai Jin and Mystery, please go and check it out on our YouTube channel. They're an incredible watch. The vibes are immaculate. It's a small area packed with about 70 to 100 people, and it's on a mat, which is a challenge in of itself. And to me, I love challenges. Like, you put me in a situation where you're like, hey, these are your cards, this is you handcuffed, try to make it work. And to me, I think we made the most out of that experience, and I definitely want to go back to Japan for sure.
Yeah, I'm thinking about wrestling on a basically couch cushions. And it's
yeah.
You're just wrestling with your siblings and your friends. It's cool.
It genuinely felt like that. It felt like I was 7 years old again, and I was at my cousin's place, and we were trying to quietly wrestle in the basement before the parents found out, and we got in trouble. It genuinely felt like that. It was a really cool experience.
Sorry, SB3, go ahead.
No, it's all good. I was just gonna ask, what did you enjoy most about the culture? Because I speak to a lot of people from New Japan and places like that, and they always tell me everybody kind of has their own experience in getting used to the culture and being outside of the ring. So what kind of things did you do outside of just wrestling while you were in Japan that was different from how you are in Canada?
The thing that I enjoyed the most was the camaraderie. I think the beautiful thing about wrestling is you get to meet a lot of people that you wouldn't necessarily meet in, the regular world. Just the late nights of just sitting around enjoying good food and, talking about wrestling and talking about life and getting to know people on a personal level is something I value so much. Because especially it's a privilege to be able to go somewhere to do something that you love. And I think if you are there, you try to immerse yourself in the culture as much as possible, with all due respect, of course, and you conduct yourself in a very respectful manner. So to be able to go there and, meet different people and learn about them, and then also, the beautiful sights of, Tokyo and Osaka, we got to go and do I believe it's the skyline. So you go into the tallest building in Tokyo. You get to see the vast atmosphere and everything. It's just an incredibly wonderful experience. Some good shopping, good food. I still miss it so much, and it's been about a week, so I can't wait to go back again.
That's how I feel, and it's been about 15 years. Great stories. For me, it was working on cruise ships. For you, you were doing the wrestling, and it's a very different
Cruise ships sound fun.
We can have a whole conversation in Vancouver. But when we're at Ace Scores and Casino, Evil Uno's Mystery Wrestling 24. If you can be there live, well, it's sold out. So I'm sorry, unless you find someone else's ticket on the ground and you pick it up. That's the only way you can be there in person. If you already have the ticket or you buy it off somebody else and do it legitimately. And if not, then you can watch it on twitch.tv/eviluno or on youtube.com/mystery wrestling. Hattie, before I let you go, we play a game on the channel. It's called Partner Promo Punch in the Face. Are you ready?
I am ready.
So I'm going to give you 3 names. You're going to pick which one you want to partner with in a tag match, which one you want to promo with in the ring, one-on-one, just on the microphone, and which one you want to punch in the face, have a singles match. So it's mystery wrestling. So clearly it's got to be Sasquatch, Cocaine Bear, and you know what? Top Dog, since you owe him a hot dog.
I don't owe him I don't owe him nothing. I don't know. I don't owe nothing to that guy. I'll punch Top Dog in the face. So what are the two options? Partner and
Promo.
promo. I think I'll partner with Cocaine Bear because I don't think I want to stand in front of him. I already had a terrible experience where I almost got mauled by a Cocaine Bear. And I'll partner with Sasquatch. Sasquatch, no one talks about the work rate of Sasquatch. Sasquatch is one of the best professional wrestlers in the world, if ever. You see the body of work that Sasquatch puts out. Are you kidding me? Like last show in Edmonton, an incredible main event against Psycho Mike. Sasquatch is the star of mystery wrestling, in my humble opinion. And I would be absolutely honored to be Sasquatch's partner.
Wow. I mean, now I have to see it.
Yeah, and you know what?
Nice.
Not only can you see it, SP3, not only can you see it, but everyone can see it. If you go to mysterywrestling.com and you subscribe, there are 3 tiers. Tier 1 unlocks all the back catalog of Mystery Wrestling from Mystery Wrestling 1 to Mystery Wrestling 23. Second tier gives you all these extra contents like vlogs, photography, dark matches. And tier 3, you get an incredible exclusive event signed poster from everyone on the card. If you sign up for tier 3 in the month of April, you will get not only 1, but 2 signed posters. Because April 11th, we are in Vancouver, BC at 2 p.m. Pacific time, 5 p.m. Eastern for an incredible Mystery Wrestling 24. And then on April 26th, we go back to the incredible Elmer Thunderdome for the April 26th Mystery Wrestling 25, our anniversary show. We turn 3, Mystery Wrestling turns 3. That's going to be a fun time. You can get your tickets for that at mwtix.com. I think I got all the plugs in that I needed to.
Yes, you did.
And then you got to find you.
Great job.
You got to follow Hattie. You got to. It's Hattie Ent.
Yeah, at Hattie ENT. You can follow me on Instagram, X, Blue Sky, TikTok, YouTube, wherever you doom scroll at night, because I do plenty of that. I promise. Maybe too much a little bit. I am social media brainwashed. You can follow me at Hattie ENT. I promise I do the best to provide as much good content as possible. I have a busy life.
He is a busy man. Hattie, I will see you next weekend and the rest of the Mystery Wrestling crew. I'm very much looking forward to it.
I'm excited to see you at the show, and we'll talk soon, Joel. Thank
Absolutely.
you so much to you boys, SP3. It was a pleasure
Nice
to
meeting
meet you.
you.
Guys,
Yes.
take care.
Take care, Hattie. We'll see you soon.
Take care, Hattie.
The one and only Hattie from Mystery Wrestling. Again, I put them over so much. They're not just fun, but they're also so easy to chat with. Very nice folk. Go support Mystery Wrestling. If you're not, I don't know what to tell you. You're doing it wrong. Okay.
Doing it wrong, y'all.
And of course, you can watch the show. Like I said, Twitch, Evil Uno, YouTube, Mystery Wrestling. If you want to support their Patreon, you can do that. In addition to Fightful Select, that's the other Patreon you should probably support. But just putting it out there. Can we get Invisible Man versus Sasquatch? I'm gonna take these. I'm gonna take these. And I'm gonna go to Uno and let's go one-on-one. I'm just gonna be like, hey, here's what our chats wants. This is what they want.
There'll be a lot of people that want to see Invisible Man on Mystery Wrestling after he steals WrestleMania weekend.
They saw it. It was Stu Grayson and the Invisible Man had a great match. And you know what happened? Invisible Man lost because he's a big old loser. He just can't take out Sandman.
He's gonna take out Sandman. He's gonna end Sandman's career one way or another.
Someone's saying I should get an interview with Sasquatch. I'd like to. I wanted to in Toronto. I had to settle for Uno and Stu Grayson. Not that I don't appreciate it, but I wanted the Sasquatch. Maybe someday.
You got another chance in Vancouver.
That's true. Looking forward to seeing them all there and getting some chat, taking this camera and bringing a couple microphones and getting right to it. It'll be good times. Now, we don't have a lot of time left because we're on a time crunch today, but do you want to talk a little bit about Stand and Deliver?
Sure. Why the hell not?
It's not like there was much that really happened other than 2 title changes.
2 new champions. The opener was terrific match from Lola Vice, Kendall Gray, and JC Jane. I thought all three ladies really stole the show. Kendall Gray and Lola Vice showing off their great chemistry that they showed in their matchup on the weekly show on Tuesday, Madison Square Garden, and then following it up with, I thought, even a better matchup at Stand and Deliver with JC Jane, who was really the glue. And it felt like a swan song for JC Jane as well. They did the nice little intro entrant where they showed clips of all her greatest victories on NXT, and then she had a really solid performance in the matchup. But it was Lola Vice who won the matchup. Well deserved, long overdue for Lola Vice, who's been there for nearly 4 years now, made a seamless transition from the MMA world to the world of professional wrestling, and it just felt about damn time that she needed to win. So that triple threat match is the one match I say everybody should go out of their way to watch from the show. That was the match of the night for me.
Breaking news. I don't know if you knew this, SP3. Lola Vice is in fact a Latina.
I'm a Latina.
Yeah. What is that? What is that sound that he makes? I don't know what that is. Is this Charmel? Is this something that Charmel has to contend with? Like, is that? We gotta stop that. It's like trying to start a 1983 Chevy.
I'm a Latina. Kendall Gray was freaking awesome. Kendall Gray, the future. Yeah. Remember, folks, don't listen to any other podcasters that try to tell you that they were on the Kendall Gray bandwagon longer than me. If you're a fan of In the Weeds, you know who told you about Kendall Gray in the first place. It was this guy.
That's right. SP3 told you that this woman is better than Mercedes Moné.
I did not say that.
I know.
I said she is female Kurt Angle. I said Kendall Angle. I've been on this train for a long, long time.
Yeah, because she does the straps.
I am driving this bandwagon. No, it's because of the amateur wrestling background.
Oh, sure.
It's the amateur wrestling bag. I was calling her that before she started pulling the straps down. Pulling the straps down only became a thing when she went to NXT.
I'm just playing. But yes. Yeah. It's just the thing about Lola is that it's not that she's incompetent. She is quite improved. It's that creatively they define her as one thing, and that's her backside. And it's the same thing they did with Stephanie Vaquer, another very good wrestler who was defined down to the one move that she does. And it's, again, people put over Booker with like he gets them over. Well, he gets them over the wrong way, and I will continue to say that. He turns them into sexualized objects and makes them nothing more than just something to lust over. And that's why that's why I'm afraid of Kendall Gray in the NXT system. Because like there is nothing quote unquote sexy enough about Kendall Gray that Booker T will latch onto and start, getting horny over, which people seem to like, and that gets them into the next stratosphere. That God forbid Kendall Gray be a very good wrestler, which she is, which then gets her, over and celebrated by the crowd for the work that she does. No, instead, we're gonna get Lola Vice getting and Stephanie Vaquer getting and it just doesn't. Yeah, that's the thing that really annoys me on a creative / standout level. So there you go. I'm not debating myself, so it's just stupid. I hope they give more to Kendall than what they're giving her now. Then they'll give her more.
Hey, I think she's going to be NXT Women's Champion in the near future. I can't wait for a Lola Vice and Kendall Gray matchup on the NXT PLE. I think that's going to be the best women's matchup of the year. If it happens this year, if it happens next year, doesn't matter. But I thought this was probably the best WWE women's matchup of the year so far on Saturday.
It was very strong. It was a really good match. I will absolutely give them that. It was again, JC. This is. Listen, I don't get to say this meaninglessly. I felt bad for JC because her gear was clearly giving her trouble.
Oh, yeah, there was some nip slips in this matchup because we got black screen. We got black screened a couple of different times.
And when it happens, it kind of takes away from the match. And I feel bad for anyone who has to go through that. Like it's whether the men or the women. If you're having problems with the gear, it's annoying. But for them, I don't get to choose whether or not you dress the way you do. It's just it's unfortunate. So I felt bad for JC. Clearly it doesn't matter to her because she's happy with her performance, which she should be, because the match was very good. There were just things that got in the way and took away from the viewing of the show, literally, as they would have to, like you said, black screen. But it is what it is. So Izzy Dame, who is now calling herself the Dame. What is this?
The great Dame.
The Great Dame. She's not even as great as the Great Dane. What are we doing? Great Dame.
The Great Dame.
Not what I would do. And then in the main event, we had a new champion crowned. I loved this. I posted a little video that I did absolutely no work on, but it was Shawn Michaels talking to the creative team. Hey, what should we do with these intros for the main event? And someone says, oh, Tony D'Angelo. We should remind people that this was his big comeback and that this is number 2 of his big 2-part plan to win the title. So we'll do some videos and a big package. Okay, sounds good. What are we going to do about Ethan Page? Well, he's Canadian, and we just celebrated that he was the winningest Canadian North American champion, the North American Championship Canadian belt. Let's do that. We'll have Canadian flags for him. Great heat. Okay, good. What are we going to do about Ricky Saints? Oh, Ricky Saints, he loves the camera. He loves being in the limelight. We're going to show him with paparazzi, and the camera loves him, and he loves the camera. Yeah, and everyone will love it. Great. What do we do about Joe Hendry? So, like, you know how Joe Hendry does that turnaround meme and like people like the meme? What if we take photos of the meme and just like give it out to the audience? Would that be okay? Yeah, good enough, I guess. And they put him in the audience and they let him do the meme holding picture thing for the big old loser, Joe Hendry. No concerts for him. Tony D captures the NXT title.
Hey, you paid way more attention to the entrances than I did.
I thought the match was shit. I thought
the match was good. I thought they didn't have enough four-way action for me, where I can't say it was like really good or even great, but it was good. It was a good matchup, kept the energy up. I like the whole story with Ricky and Ethan working together and then their egos getting in the way and them trying to get the one up on one another. That was a nice little base story to the matchup. But then when it came down to Tony D and Hendry, it was over. It was Tony D's time. And I'm so happy for Tony D. I've been on the bandwagon of Tony D since he was the Don of NXT. It was a little too gimmicky where I was like, yeah, this can never work on the main roster. So I am glad that they made the adjustment and give him more of a character that I could see him riding out the end of his NXT run and then go into the main roster and having a good run there as well. But made history, the first ever Grand Slam winner in NXT history. I appreciate Joel for shout outs to Kyler. Kyler, one of the best in control of the social media. He does such a great job, and he's a Laker fan, so I appreciate him as well. And I appreciate it was a tough weekend for all of us in the Laker Nation. But man, him trying to claim that Adam Cole and Johnny Gargano was Grand Slam pop me.
It wasn't just him. There were others who were like,
well, what's wrong with these people? The only one I saw was Kyler. Do you not understand that winning 3 titles is a triple crown? It's not a Grand Slam. Like that's 1. And then 2, the Heritage Cup wasn't even around when these guys were around. So what are you even talking about?
It's funny because like when the stat came up, I was like, no way this is accurate. And then I went back and I was like, if you add the Heritage Cup, like Tyler Bate never won the NXT title. He won the NXT UK title. So like there were you got close. But yeah, Tony was the only one to ever win, as of now, the Heritage Cup, which seems to be dead again anyway. And all the other titles currently in NXT that you can hold. And yeah, so
Tyler Bate never won the North American title either.
That's right. He never won the North American title. So the UK title is interchangeable is really what I'm trying to say. The point is, like, I guess maybe Tyler is the closest at that point. But regardless, I went back and I was just looking because I had to look specifically at the Heritage Cup because that was the only one that was going to be a pathway to other winners of this Grand Slam. But no, it wasn't. And as others had pointed out, they were like, well, what about Adam Cole? And what about Johnny Gargano? And I'm like, oh, yeah, they never won the Heritage Cup. In this form of NXT,
they are triple crown winners. I think that's great for them.
And the NXT
Johnny Gargano's the first ever triple crown winner.
The NXT Cruiserweight title was folded into the Cruiserweight title, which then was folded into the North American title. So there it is.
There we go.
Regardless, that's where they are. But yeah, I was shocked by that fact, by that that number. The Tony D, first ever Grand Slam NXT champion, just wild. But yeah, we'll see what they do with him in this title reign. I don't care much for the new character. It's him trying to do Rambo, but not doing Rambo. So what's step 3? What's the profit? Does he?
He said it was a 2-step plan, so he's
That's
already done the second.
Yeah, I thought maybe step. Oh, you know what step 3 is? I've told you. I've said what step 3 is. He takes out Dark State. He wins the title. Dark State throws out Dion Lennox, and they join Tony D. And Tony D is the leader of Dark State.
No, I don't want that. Please don't.
Get ready.
But I thought the second
the D in Tony D is Tony Dark State. Tony Dark State.
I thought the second best match on the show was that Tatum Paxley and Blake Monroe match. They killed it. The finish is the only thing that holds it back for me personally, because it was quite dumb. You had Blake hit Tatum with the title, then she gave her a headbutt, and Tatum's head hit the exposed turnbuckle. She hit her with the glamour shot. Tatum kicks out. Then Blake reacts, picks her up, tries to go for a finisher move, and then Tatum just reverses it, hits her finisher. It's over. I was like, this finish did not make any sense, but I did enjoy the match.
Yeah, they put together a good match, and the right person won. You kind of wonder what's going to happen with Blake Monroe, other than
I think she's moving up to the women's championship scene. I think she's probably the favorite to dethrone Lola Vice, only because Shawn Michaels is booking Zaria like TK books the dogs. So,
brother, that the Sol Ruka and Zaria match wasn't bad. It just, I hope that
the best description I saw was forced epic. It was trying to force its way to feel like this epic cinematic style matchup, and it was just like, something's missing here. And the thing that was missing is it did not feel like the blow off at all.
No, it didn't. And shout out to Sol Ruka wearing the OG Anaheim Ducks colors in Minnesota for whatever reason. It doesn't matter. They weren't in, were they? No, St. Louis.
They were in St. Louis.
St. Louis. Either way, also doesn't really work. But anyway, I liked it because I like the Ducks. But the match was fine. It was, like you said, and like others said, forced epic. I could see them running it back and eventually doing a gimmick match for number 3. I could see it becoming a Sol Ruka wins the women's championship, or Zaria wins, and they have to, include that title. I don't need it. I don't love it, but Zaria needs more. I think they're ready to finally do something with her, because Sol, they clearly know that they have something in her. They clearly want more for her, and they want to build her. But if anything, you won't see her until after Mania, which is a few weeks away. So a month maybe of more Sol Ruka.
I think that Zaria gets involved in the Izzy Dane match on Tuesday, and then the next week they do a blow-off matchup with a stipulation: no DQ, no holds bar, street fight, steel cage. No, they just did a steel cage match, so they probably won't do that. But last woman standing, something like that, and then Zaria wins that, and then Sol gets called up to the main roster.
What is this? TNA is currently promoting 08. This is like an August 1 warning all over again. Coming soon.
Is it like the WWE teasing Club WWE?
Well, we already know what that is, but the 08, it's got to be Slammiversary. But Slammiversary is normally in 07, which is July. So I don't know, unless they're going to do Slammiversary in August for a change. We'll see. Anyway, we don't have too much else to talk about. Miles Borden, Johnny Gargano happened. That was just a match that they threw together. Felt like they wanted to bolster ticket sales, and Johnny was available, and they did whatever it did for them. They had 1,800.
I'm sorry to say this. Maybe he needs to leave the company, but I just feel like that matchup I wanted more from that matchup. I wanted him to pull out a Johnny takeover performance, but he just didn't do that. So I'm scared that in WWE, we won't see a Johnny takeover ever again. That's what it felt like to me. It was a good match, though.
It was perfectly serviceable. It was fine. Nothing really stood out. It just happened. And the tag match, like, I know you like the Vanity Project. I know you do. But those two going up against the Americanos was just kind of like here's Pete Dunne and here's Tyler Bate, but we're not going to tell you it's them, even though they're going to do their moves. So here we go.
Hey, that was a super fun matchup.
Sure.
Probably the third best match on the show. third best match on the show for the Vanity Project, who are really good. People are opening their eyes to see that I've been right all along. I tried to tell y'all the Evolve crew have taken over NXT. Kendall Gray, you got Vanity Project as the tag team champions. Hell, you had a freaking vignette for Callie Armstrong on this show. So here we are. And the Vanity Project might be adding Blake Monroe to play the role of Zeta Steel, which is hilarious.
Whoa. Anyway, Raw's tonight's from the
Wait, we didn't. What are you doing? What are we doing? We got to talk about New Japan Pro Wrestling. I know you don't watch it.
I thought you and Jeremy would just do it tomorrow because you'd have more to talk about.
No, we're going to talk about New Japan Pro Wrestling.
Right. Well,
we can't not talk about New Japan Pro Wrestling. That was the best show of the weekend.
Well, listen, Jeremy and I were kind of like in lockstep yesterday or on Friday. I was kind of right when I said, I think Callum Newman's going to win the IWGP title. And Jeremy's like, that'd be weird. I was like, yeah, but I mean, we were talking about how the end of the night usually goes.
Why is it weird?
The microphone goes to the winner. And we were like, I guess you can kind of, have the promo to set up the start of Ospreay and Callum Newman forward it. But anyway, Callum Newman won the IWGP championship thanks to
history
shenanigans. Sure.
Not shenanigans. History. It was history being made. Yeah, I agree with Matthew. Zeno Hour will probably, he's saying I'm conflicted about Newman. No one cares about you, Zeno Hour. But you're right, Matthew. That New Japan show, the two final matches blew out anything else that I saw this weekend. It was two of the best matches of the year. The Knockout Brothers versus TMDK was absolutely fantastic. The best tag team matchup of the year so far. Sorry, FTR and Young Bucks, but Yuto Ice going at it with Roye Uyawa with that Ryogoku Sumo Hall crowd going absolutely insane with the best selling freaking Uyawa did a dragon screw leg whip to the dude's arm and it looked like he pulled it straight out the socket, and then he just bangs his arm to put it back in place. He couldn't bang it onto the turnbuckle, so he just popped him right in the mouth to get it back into place, and then he pulled it out. They just had a total like 10 final 10 minutes of the matchup was Yuto Ice versus Uyawa with some kind of like interjections from Zack Sabre Jr. and Oscar. They just straight up pulled out the best match of the night. I totally tell everybody, go out of your way to watch TMDK versus the Knockout Brothers. Yuto Ice might be a future IWGP World Heavyweight Champion himself, but Callum Newman being crowned IWGP Heavyweight Champion is one of the most risky, ballsy, and best decisions that any wrestling company have made this year, because New Japan Pro Wrestling had a real issue. They had a bunch of guys of this new generation who have really significantly stepped up, especially coming off the heels of Hiroshi Tanahashi's retirement at Wrestle Kingdom. You got the likes of Yota Tsuji as IWGP Heavyweight Champion and Global Heavyweight Champion. You had the likes of Yuya Uemura, who had a spectacular performance in the New Japan Cup, making it all the way to the finals and really feels like the future ace of this company. Shota Umino has really stepped up and redeemed himself from where he was last year when he was in the Tokyo Dome main event and kind of came up short there. And then you had the likes of Yuto Ice and Roye Uyawa, who have really stepped up to the plate in the tag team division, but they did not have any of those guys that I just named. They're not top heels. They're all kind of baby faces. They're all kind of guys who are very popular with the audience. Going with Callum Newman and going with a new top gaijin at 23 years old, that is a risky and ballsy decision that more companies need to do. More companies need to commit to the youth of this era. Like, you got guys like Kyle Fletcher who are doing great things in AEW. You got guys like Braun Breaker and Obafemi and Trick Williams and Javon Evans in WWE, but none of them are being pushed to the center, pushed to the forefront like Gato and New Japan Pro Wrestling Wrestling and Hiroshi Tanahashi did for Callum Newman here. They have solidified him as not only the top gaijin, but the top heel in this company. And he went out there and he had a tremendous matchup with Yota Tsuji. They went out there, they had a great match, great storytelling involved in the matchup, with Will Ospreay being at ringside, not wanting Callum Newman to cheat, stopping him from using the steel chair, talking about, I've known you since you was 15 years old, do it the right way. And then at the end, Callum did not listen to Will. He still low-blowed Yota Tsuji, picked up the win his way. He did it his way, because Will said at New Year's Dash, he said, I'm going to come and I'll do it your way. But then he didn't want Callum to do it his way, and then Callum won it his way. That is superb storytelling. Callum Newman, new IWGP heavyweight champion. He's going to face Shingo Takagi, which is another great and brilliant storyline development, because Shingo Takagi was the first guy that Will Ospreay faced when he was IWGP World Heavyweight Champion 5 years ago. He won it at the same event, basically the same time in the same arena that Will Ospreay won the championship as well. So bringing that full circle story between Callum and Will all together here. And I like the Will Ospreay axing United Empire for their help at work with the Death Riders. So that was great as well. And then you had Gabe Kidd showing up out of the coffin and showing up in New Japan and attacking Yota Tsuji, setting up a global heavyweight championship matchup for Wrestling Dontaku. So excellent stuff. New Japan Pro Wrestling made me happy to love this crazy sport after I was questioning my profession after Friday Night SmackDown. I appreciate you, New Japan.
They beat his ass so bad he came back wearing the competitor's t-shirt. Good for Gabe. Good for Callum Newman. It's a good little shock. It'll be fun. Yota Tsuji should have been talking shit. That's why Tanahashi's just like, let's get out of here. Let's take care of this problem. He'll be facing Aaron Wolf next month. Don't you worry.
See, and then this is why I always have to call out Xena Hour. He's like, I'm just conflicted because I thought Suji should have had a longer race. Suji's the ace. You don't know New Japan booking, man. This is New Japan booking 101. They did this with Naito back in 2016, 10 years ago, where Naito won the New Japan Cup and then beat Kazuchika Okada for the IWGP Heavyweight Championship. He had a short reign that solidified him as a main eventer and as the top heel of the company, and then he dropped it right back to Okada at Dominion. That's pretty much what they're going to do with Callum Newman, folks. Sorry if I'm spoiling anything, but Tsuji will be IWGP Heavyweight Champion probably before we get to the G1.
I assume he'll be champion again after Forbidden Door. I really think that there is something to Tsuji being like, I don't want to face this American bullshit. And the New Japan being like, so don't. This is what we're gonna do. I really think that we'll be seeing that. That's fine. I don't mind that. If you're gonna do it, put it on Callum Newman and do the story with Ospreay. There's a huge thing you can do there, which I appreciate. But yeah, just very funny. Listen, good on New Japan. I'm glad that they've turned around for you and for a lot of fans who were down on the product over the last little while. It's nice to see that like there is some buyback, and hopefully this continues to grow. As Volib's mentioning, Dominion's going to have part of it on TV or some of it.
It's on TV.
The whole show.
I think the main card is on TV. Yeah. So yeah, see, Volib knows. Volib, see, me and Volib, we on the same page because we actually watch New Japan. We don't act like we watch New Japan, like the 0.01% that I don't like in the chat. I love 99.9% of y'all though, because you guys are awesome. Like, Jules, you're another one as well. And Jules is absolutely right. CMLL has been on fire as well. CMLL. I watched the Friday show. I still need to watch the Saturday show, so I'll talk more about that tomorrow with Jeremy.
There's some reporting going out that Netflix is trying to get Pat McAfee show. So corporate synergy is about stealing product. I love it here. I love it so much. Raw tonight is at the Toyota Center in Houston. It's also on Netflix. CM Punk will speak. I'm sure that he'll talk about respecting people, respecting your elders. You think he'll make a respect your elders comment because he's old?
Yeah, probably.
Probably.
You need a young man to come out and just be like,
CM Punk reacting with a kid would be a problem, and I'm here to see it. Oba Femi and Brock Lesnar are going to be on the show. I'm sure Triple H will be like, don't ruin the main event of WrestleMania. Seth Rollins is going to open the show, where I'm sure he will say, Gunther, I wasn't ready for you now, but I'm ready for you this week. Finn Balor takes on JD McBighead. Should be a fun match. Rhea Ripley and Io Sky take on BFAB and Michin. Is something I'm saying in 2026. And then LA Knight, takes on Austin Theory. No, but that is a match that we're going to have on the show. That's Raw.
That just sounds trash, except for maybe Balor and McDonough.
Yeah, that's a show that you'll be potentially watching or not, and maybe talking about tomorrow, depending on how things shake out. That's why I said you should talk about New Japan tomorrow, because you and Jeremy would definitely have more to say about it. And actually,
we will. But I had to make mention of that.
You want to give the quick notes? I get it. That's fine.
You know, I actually had to talk about it and actually act like I watch the product, unlike the 0.01% who doesn't watch it and thinks that I like everybody else because they kiss my ass, quote unquote. Great job.
Someone's saying we should talk about JCW. Did you see the report from Fightful?
Yes, that Tony Khan is a juggalo.
Did you see who made that image?
I did see. I knew who it was immediately, and I was like, "This has to be Joel's work."
I had time for an hour, and they were just bending it about in the chat, and I was like, "What if we put the face paint?" They didn't say. Someone else in the chat said, "What if we put the face paint on?" And I said, "I'm gonna do it," and I just sent it over.
Like I have to. He's like, I have to. I can't control myself.
And it got picked up, and I'm like, I'm sorry, TK, but also this is
did TK retweet it?
No, he's not going to retweet anything.
He's not going
to do that.
He should have.
Oh, I hope he noticed. I hope he sees it. I hope he saw it, and I hope that if I see him, well, I will see him because I'll be front row at the presser. I hope we get a comment. I feel like asking Tony about.
Did you see my picture I made?
Tony, did you see my picture? Could you imagine?
You have to watch an episode of JCW so you can ask him like a trivia question. Like,
oh my God.
Did you enjoy the storyline about Vampiro versus Big Vito in his retirement match?
Would you let wrestlers wear a dress in their retirement match? Oh God. Okay. Friday is when Jeremy and I are gonna do a long form what am I asking the conversation with the chat. We'll figure out what our plan of action is, because going into All Out, it was all about the Jack Harlow and Blake Christian stuff, and now we got to find out what this one's going to be. Louis saying do it, Joel. Volub saying you have to ask him. I will get it out of him whether or not he saw the picture. I can guarantee he saw the picture because Tony sees it. He sees this stuff. Okay. He won't necessarily acknowledge it publicly when it's dirt sheet stuff, but he sees it. He sees it. It's very funny. But maybe we'll ask him about JCW in the presser, because unless I got other questions to ask that are more important, but we'll see. Anyway, SP3. What have we accomplished today?
We accomplished a lot. We talked all about In Depth, the Pat McAfee of it all, one of the greatest and worst segments in WWE history. We had a great conversation with Hattie about mystery wrestling and everything going on in his career. We talked a little bit about NXT Stand and Deliver, as well as NJPW Sakura Genesis. And we finished off with a wonderful Raw preview by the one and only Joe Pearl.
Woo. We had fun, and we talked about punting someone in the dick. And then we had a great interview. And then we had an even better conversation about New Japan Pro Wrestling. Very one-sided, but very honest and truthful. You need to watch this show. Preferably not when I'm coughing. Anyway. SP3, what you got going on? Let's get out of here.
Follow me on the Twitter machine at TrueHillSP3. I will be live on the True Hill Heat YouTube channel in about less than an hour at 1:05 p.m. Eastern Time with J News to give you a more in-depth, real review of NJPW Sakura Genesis. We'll talk about Callum Newman making revenge. We'll talk about all the storylines heading into Wrestling Duntaku next month, and we'll talk all about that KOB TMDK Instant Classic tag team match. Will Ospreay being back in New Japan Pro Wrestling, Best of Super Juniors blocks being revealed. So we got a lot to discuss. So join us live, True Hill Heat YouTube channel for our Sakura Genesis review. And of course, I'll be back here tomorrow, 10:05 a.m. Eastern Time with Jeremy Lambert to talk about tonight's Monday Night Raw. And of course, I'll also be talking about it twice on the True Hill Heat YouTube channel. I'm a glutton for punishment, talking about WWE more than once.
Hell yeah, get ready for that, brother. Grapsity's live now. The Raw post show is tonight on Overbooked as well. Hopefully this is the last day where everyone's over here, because y'all messing up my posting times. But for now, if you've recently found us, I'm sorry and you're welcome. But also stick around, because you got a full 75-minute conversation about what we saw on Friday, and I think it was pretty damn good. As funny as it was also very insightful. You can't really deny that. So for SP3, you know who he is, you know who I am. We're back tomorrow, 10 a.m. Eastern, Jeremy and SP3. Ladies, gentlemen, friends beyond the binary, leave a thumbs up on the way out, and we'll see you in the next one.